I handle marketing and communications for BigKuku. And first and foremost, I want to appreciate the Almighty God. Let's give a hand of applause for God for getting us here. I also want to appreciate every one of you for making time and answering our client call. I want also to apologize. Sorry, we've kept you waiting, but we are happy that we are here and we are about to start the program. So I'll invite Madeli, who is head of our factory operations, to lead us in a word of prayer. Madeli, the floor is yours.
We are here to appreciate and to honor your name. Your goodness and mercies are upon our lives, and we are really grateful that, Lord, you've gathered here for a purpose. We are here as a team, as a family, just to seek your guidance, your grace of our lives in everything that we do. And just like you said that, God, you're going to bless the work of our hands, it's our prayer tonight. That as a family, the BigKuku, as a family and the entire people who are supporting this, we commit ourselves before you. It's our prayer that you will help us to achieve the objectives that we set ahead of us, all for the glory and honor of the name of Jesus. Father, we thank you and we honor your name. We pray for your grace to reign over our lives. You remember us, O God, in our lives and do us good. Let there be enough grace to sustain us as we do our work and as we look forward to see the destiny that you set for us. We lay our lives before you and we commit this meeting before you. Everyone that will speak, Father, remember them and help them the understanding and the wisdom that comes from above. We thank you and we honor your name for who you are. This is our humble prayer in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. We pray and believe. Amen.
Important that as protocol dictates, to introduce, as we also welcome here. We welcome you here. So for us, the host, BigKuku is primarily a chicken marketing company. Particularly, that's how I would introduce the company that is hosting you guys here. And we're here to talk to you farmers. We're here to have a dialogue, we're here to have a discussion on how we can be able to influence each other's success. Kwa hivyo, I want to really appreciate nyinyi kutengeneza time kukuja hapa. And with that, no further ado, I want to introduce our CEO, Mr. Stanley Gitao, to just introduce you guys formally to this meeting so that we can get started. Thank you so much. Thank you, David.
I'm so happy this morning to see faces that I only saw last year. My good friends, my partners. I'm happy to see people who we've walked this BigKuku journey with for a long time. Some of you have sold chicken to us. Some of you have shared your challenges with us. We've bonded for a long time. And seeing this meeting is mainly just our way of saying thank you. And so I start by introducing myself. My name is Gitao Boro. Boro is on the way coming. This is the inspiration behind why this company stands today. I've grown up in a chicken farm. Right from when I was a small boy, I've come to learn how to grow chicken, how to farm, how to process the chicken. And today, as you get to hear, we've made a few steps forward since when we last met. The reason you're here is because you did accept our call of invitation, and we sent it to a wide group of us. But because you're here, then to me, I'm very happy because then you're the people who've chosen to walk this journey with us. And so I have a couple of friends and I would like to introduce them. These are friends who have helped us to support this group, or rather this meeting. And the first person I would want to introduce comes from Backbone Feeds Limited. I believe Mr. Anthony is around and his team. Okay. He's right there. He will have a chance to speak as well as introduce the team. But in case you're looking for them, there they are. Then there is a good friend of mine who's also one of the few people who also believed in the BigKuku dream and went on to take one of our franchises. Mr. Robert Mushiri is here. He also get a chance to talk to you. I have new friends that I've made from Ruiru, from the Equity Bank. Equity Bank has long supported our dream in terms of financing our operations here and there, and we would want to strengthen that relationship. Madam Anne and Caleb, they are here with us as well. And as I pass on the microphone, I would want to ask us to do a quick introduction, who you are, where you farm from, your capacity, and then we'll get on to the next phase, which is the yellow papers that you're seeing on your desks. But before I do that, I would like to introduce my team. Last time when you came for this same conference, we were only like 3. There was Wairimo and there was another gentleman. And today we are a bigger team, so I would kindly just ask all the teammates or my colleagues at BigKuku to just come here so that you all know them. They're going to be with you during this entire event to help in one way or the other. And they handle different departments, and the reason why we are now bigger is because we now have a bigger operation. So, yes, there's one person who's going around. He will also come around. Kevin, you just come around. And this team starts with the gentleman that invited you, and I'm sure most of you have not met his face. So I'll ask him to introduce himself, and then...
Thank you very much, Bwana Stanley. I'm very grateful that all of you have found time to be here. Some of you we have shared a word here or there, but you have never seen the person you have been talking to. Domo Julius. I handle factory processing. Possibly some of you we have met. I'm also handling the farms and the farmers and the things that move around that area. I'm grateful that we shall be walking this journey together for better for us and betterment of you. As a team, let us go together. Thank you very much.
How are you? My name is David Bogwa. I work together with BigKuku. I handle the operations, and most of the time I'm at the depot in Ghana, and that is our main depot. If you come there, you just get me. Thank you. You're most welcome to work together with us. God bless us all. Thank you.
Habari zenu tena. Kwa hivyo naitwa David Wambura, and as nilikuwa nimejiintroduce earlier on, I head the marketing and communications department. Thank you so much guys for making time for this.
Hello everyone. My name is Lynette, and I'm working in the marketing department.
Good morning everyone. My name is Kevin Nuru. I'm the warehouse manager at the factory. You're welcome.
Thank you guys. Now this team has worked tirelessly to ensure that in a short span of 2 weeks, we are convened here. And they complained because I pushed them harder. And I believe Moshiri will talk about this as well. BigKuku is not known for doing things in a slow pace. And when we do things, we try to do things big. And as they have told you, we have now departments. I will introduce this to you. We do now have a processing center, an 8,000 square foot warehouse in Mombasa Road. We do have now a partnership, a strong partnership that is growing with a slaughterhouse around. We are kept certified. We now have NEMA. And beyond just chicken, we have other products. So when I do give my maiden speech, then I'll be able to share with you and maybe to just show you what it is that we are doing and leave that. But before I sit down, there is an important guest that I must introduce to you. I know we've all heard about technology. And as farmers, we always tend to imagine that technology is not for us. Hiyo ni ya watu wenye wako kwa maofisi. But today we are here to say that it's different. That indeed farming is and part of what technology should empower. So we're going to be introducing to you a concept that I would like my good friend, as he comes in, I'll just just come on. I will be introducing Eugene. He will have a chance to share a bit more. But Eugene is my partner in one of our new ventures. He'll talk about it in a bit, and then later on, when we get a chance, he will introduce the platform.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and farmers, good morning. My name is Eugene Masinde, and as he has rightfully mentioned, I am a partner in a technology solutions enterprise that we are developing with Stanley here. We'll be introducing the concepts behind how we can empower you as farmers to be able to get up-to-date, quick information to allow you to make decisions on the go on your farms. So thank you very much for inviting us, and yeah, I look forward to the presentation.
All right. Well, that's it from myself. I would like to pass it on then to David to carry on with the rest of the program and to and ensure that everyone has that yellow paper so that then we can go through it.
Because we've come here to Juana. So I want to believe that every single person has got this yellow piece of paper. Please come up on a karatasi, let me see it by a show of hand. You have our papers. Perfect. So primarily, it's also good to have a scope, how we're going to go around this. To make a circle segment into tonight, what the segment that I would call the workshop. Now this is primarily Kenya Kimetuleta hapa. Now what happens is that this is a questionnaire, and what happens in this questionnaire is, in us, so what is going around is that with this questionnaire, we want to get details from you, and see details za kutumia against you in any way or another, but it's details that are going to allow us to know you better as we now take it forward. Now, the importance of this, when you look at it, the first section is going to be the information section, where you put the date, the name, the location, and your contact, and then there's a bit that whereby I want to believe that all of us, when you're tumekuja, because even mkutano ya farmers, I want to believe that every one of us who is here is a farmer in one way. You might not farm in chicken. So you may not be a farmer primarily in chicken, but in one way or another we're involved in farming. So what we want to know is, number one, so once we get your information, imebreakiwa down hapo, would like you guys to highlight the challenges. Let me just move kidogo. So there is a bit, we want to make this as simplistic as possible. Kwa hivyo ukienda kwa section ya challenges, okay. So I hope I can sumbua, but let's continue. Now, in getting this information and in making it as simple as possible, the second section is this section here, challenges. Now, what we've done we've highlighted for you guys the challenges. And what primarily we want to pick up from you is, I'll give an example of finances. Tumewapatia option here, yes or no. So, how we want to take you through this part of finances is, if you're facing a challenge with finances, if finances is your biggest challenge, you're going to tick yes. And if you don't have a problem with finances, then you're going to tick no. So for every of the 7 challenges, and primarily, you will realize that all these challenges, when I look at the challenges that have been highlighted here, they primarily focus around poultry farming. So probably if you're not really in poultry farming, what we can do is that, like finances, I want to believe that finances are going to cut across every single, regardless of what kind of a farmer you are, finances are going to cut across. So if you primarily you're not into chicken farming, maswali yenye iko particulate about chicken farming, hiyo unaweza pita. But and now go to the general question like finances, the market, the storage, and clean water. So that is on the challenges. On solutions, what Kenya nataka tupate ni, there's the challenges that sisi wote tunaweza kuwa tuna face as we do our farming practice. Kwa hivyo, once we've gotten the information on the challenges, once you've highlighted your challenges as a person or your challenge as a farmer, we want to go to the second section of solutions. Now, we've highlighted for you the different types of solutions, from bank loan all the way to donations. Now, when it comes to the solutions is, after we highlight mashida zako, what are the solutions? What solutions do you feel are going to solve your problems? So let me give an example. If your problem is finances, do you feel that a bank loan is what is going to solve your solutions? If not, is it a circle loan that is going to solve your solutions? Table banking, is it what is going to really solve your solutions? And from all this, what I'm looking at is that the solutions are primarily tailored around, finances particularly. So you look at the different categorization. When you're looking at loans, what will primarily work for you as a farmer? Then the last bit or not is the success. As a farmer, ni nini unafeel itakuweza kukupeleka the next level? Penye uko saa hizi, let's say your venture is not profitable or your venture is not successful, what is that one thing that you feel when you take up, or what the one thing that you feel when it happens to you, it's going to make a difference? Hiyo ndio itakuwa game changer kwako. So that is what we've highlighted. We've highlighted four of them, from availability of market to creation of employment. And the way I would want to focus this name, when you look at yourself, when you mirror yourself, and you talk about being successful in farming, what comes into mind? So is it because there's a bit I'm looking at creation of employment. When you create an employment, do you feel that is what is going to make you successful? So you're going to tick either of the four options that we've given you. And now from that, what you're going to do here, because this might be very generalized, my team is going to come to your individual tables as we fill in this particular form. Sherry, I hope you've shared the Manila paper. Have you shared the Manila papers? So we need to share the Manila papers. So as she shares the Manila papers, right now, session 1, itakuwa more you as an individual. Wewe ku highlight mashida zako na solutions zenye unafeel you'd like to take up. And as we go now to the next segment, let me allow Julius to come now and highlight the other bit of, after we highlight as a person your shida zako, how do we go on to the next stage? So Mr. Julius, take up sasa.
Lugha yetu, although we can use all the languages, tunaweza kutumia Kizungu, tunaweza kutumia Kiswahili, and those are common languages. Hiyo karatasi vile David anasema, it is true, kuna hiyo section iko hapo. Kuna hii section inasema the challenges. Hizo challenges ni zile wewe ulipitia previously ama unapitia currently. Kwa sababu unajua kuna wakati labda pengine challenge yako kubwa ilikuwa ni finance. Lakini kwa sasa sio lazima hiyo challenge ikuwe ni finance. Inaweza kuwa challenge ile uko nayo ni market. Inaweza kuwa ile challenge uko nayo ni feeds. Unaweza kupata feeds. But what are we talking about feeds? Feeds, chakula si chakula tu. Na nyinyi ni wakulima. Some of you are veterans. Wamelima kwa muda mrefu sana. It is quality feeds. Si kuna chakula mtu anaweza kupatia kuku for almost 2 months. Inakuingia kwa mfuko, inakuingia. And finally, you end up not making any profit. Kama hiyo ndio ile challenge. unapitia ama umekuwa ukipitia utainua. I know kuna challenge nyingine ambayo huwa inasumbua wakulima sana ya maji. Kama challenge yako imekuwa ni maji, inote to hivyo. Solution. Hizi solution tumesuggest, they are not final. Hii ni solution ambayo labda when you are starting your business ama farming, ile challenge ulikuwa nayo, it was solved by a SACCO or a bank. See, our colleagues are here. They are part of the solutions. That is why we have combined forces or energies with our partners so that the challenges that BigKuku will not be in a position to solve, will introduce you to a partner who can solve the same challenge. Are you together? Labda wakati huo ile challenge ilikuwa unapitia, it was solved by table banking or your own finance or some donation from somewhere. Lakini sikumaanisha ati shida huisha. They were solved then. Currently, what are you going through? Kwa sababu kila mtu, si kila mtu saa hii akona challenge. Ile challenge hatuwezi ongelea ni challenge ya school fees. Kwa sababu saa hii hapa tuko kwa mkutano wa wakulima. Si kweli? We are talking about kulima sasa. Ni zile challenge mtu anapitia wakati wa ukulima. The success. Hapo kwa success unaweza kutani hiyo karatasi hii saidi nyingine haijaandikwa chochote. Everybody maishani, hata kama ni yule mtu anaonekana akiwa juu sana, akikupatia safari yake mahali alianzia, utaona kumbe hata mimi niko kwa stairs. Huyu alianza hata ameanza chini ya stairs. He started from below zero. Na below zero ni kumaanisha huyo mtu alikuwa kwa shimo. But still ukimwangalia leo unaweza fikiria alizaliwa akiwa ameshika kile alichonacho. Nobody started up. Every single tree that you ever cried or that was ever climbed, everybody started from the ground. Si kweli? Kwa hivyo hii success journey ni wewe utueleze in your own words. Ukiandika kwa Kiswahili haina shida. Ukiandika kwa Kizungu haina shida. Anything. Haya. Zile success, hapo tumeandika success ni kumaanisha, did you succeed by getting market? You say yes or no. Increased chicken count. After you faced the challenges and you got the solutions, did you increase in terms of returns? In terms of income? Are you happy that you created an employment for somebody? Ile furaha mtu anakuwa nayo sana in life, it is in giving. Except in very rare cases that human beings are fond of receiving. But when you give, you feel some satisfaction in a very special way. That is why we are saying, when you created employment for that young man, for that young woman, did you feel it is an achievement? If it is, then you take it there. Otherwise, when you don't understand what we are trying to say, we will be around to explain it to you and to lead you into that. Thank you very much.
Since kuna part yenye tutaingia ya group, we introduce you guys to also introduce yourself, tuwapatie opportunity tuweze kuwajua pia, so that by the time pia tunaingia kwa groups we are familiar with each other. And allow me to start off with this particular table, then the mic can go like that all around, izunguke, ikuje hapa hadi hapa mwisho. So Nick.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert Mushiri Mushovia. Stanley mentioned about me because we have interacted with him. At one point, as a feed salesperson and a technician for broiler farmers. I've visited many of you in their farms in my capacity as a sales and technical person in the past. But today I wear another cap, that I am the first amongst the people who believed in the BigKuku brand, and I took the challenge of representing BigKuku in town. So we have a shop outlet for selling chicken at the bus station. That lane where the ladies get Q-Tex, if you look for a BigKuku sign, where the gentlemen are very aggressive to make your nails, that lane, where there are no cars but people walking. So that's where I have my shop, where I distribute products from the BigKuku slaughter place. I have my friend here. I will introduce him because he might not know what to say. So in my venture as a farmer, I'm working with him. He's called Ben. So he might not be a farmer, he might not be, but I told him come and hear what we are doing. You want to say hi?
Thank you, Robert. Habari yako? I know Swahili kidogo. My name is Benhard Thakur. I'm a strategist. I work with various companies to develop their businesses. So I was invited by Robert today for this. I'm just a guest. I'm learning. Thank you very much.
Hi. Praise God. Naitwa Lewis. Nimetoka Kimbo.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi.
Naitwa George Minari. I'm part of the Backbone Company Marketing Department. Yes, I know tutakutana na wakulima huko nje tukishatoka. Asante.
Habari zenu. My name is Beatrice Moniki. I'm an old Thai farmer. At the moment, due to financial challenges, I've temporarily stopped. But I still have farming at heart. We have done a little business with the BigKuku, and that's why I'm here, because I still want to continue. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Eda Jane. I'm a farmer, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you. And this is my son.
I'm a farmer. Yeah. Along, my site is along Makongeni and the Goingwa side.
Yeah, good morning everyone. My name is Anna Kimani. I'm also a farmer. I support farmers in Nairobi West, that is Riru, through Equity Bank. And I'm here to also support you, interact, and see how we can also support. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I'm Masigaki from Maragua. I'm a farmer.
Good morning everyone. My name is Florence Wamboi and I'm a farmer situated at Twintaibia.
Habari yote. Kwa majina ni Christina. Mimi ni mkulima wa kuku Kiganjo Thika.
Good morning. I'm Corinne Getao from Thika. I'm a farmer.
Good morning everyone. I'm Wisdom from Thika and I'm a farmer.
Morning. My name is Wamboi. I am a farmer. My farm is in Maragua.
Hi everyone. I'm Naomi from Kenyatta Road.
Good morning everyone.
morning. Yeah, my name is Anthony Mugaga. I'm the salesperson Backbone Feeds. Wangapi hapa wanatumia Backbone? I have 2 ambayo wanatumia Backbone. I hope the rest will join on board.
Morning, everyone. My name is Angelina Muki, a representative of Backbone Company.
Morning. I'm Amy Karanga, a representative of Backbone.
Good morning. I'm Jack Raphael, also working with Backbone.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mutunga Larson, working with Backbone.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Mr. Mabeke from Thika, poultry farmer.
Good morning. My name is Joram. Mimi ni mkulima kutoka Karimambogo.
Morning. I'm Miriam from Saika, Nairobi.
Morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Kirui from Utawala Airways.
Good morning. I'm Purity from Rilu. I'm a farmer.
The next speaker I would like to introduce him is my dad, but he's also the chairman of the board, BigKuku Poultry Processors Limited. Help me welcome Wanaboro.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Buru Wagitao, aka BigKuku. For those who are new in the poultry business, I've been in the farming of nyama ya kuku since I was a small boy. I got my dad doing the business. I entered the business, that is the last almost 40 years. And since I'm retiring from the business, although I retired after the COVID, but then the bug started hitting me again. I went back to it. In our community we say, Itunya waboene, usiara. And I'm now heading over to the young BigKuku. Asanteni sana, karibuni. For those who are new in the business, I think it's the only business that you invest, and in only 35 days you realize your profit or your loss. So you are able within a year to make 6 to 7 crops. You can if you are doing the city market kind of business, if you are doing 7 crops, you make 3 crops, you make money, 4 crops, you lose money. Am I making myself clear? Yeah. Yani, December and January you make some money, February, March, around April, wakati watu wote wanalisha kuku, you lose money. And then maybe around August unapata kidogo, September you lose money again. So 4 crops you lose, 3 crops you make money. And I'm sure after this meeting, you realize why BigKuku is coming to the rescue of the farmer. Yeah, through education, through seminars like this, and those who are Christians, tunasemaga nifundishe mara mingi. Hakuna yule mtu anajua kila kitu, si ndio? When it comes to feeds, when it comes to management, when it comes to marketing, we are learning by the day. Karibuni sana, tutaongea mengi.
Now I think with that introduction, we all have a place to start from. I don't know if Mr. Julius mentioned on the groups. Did you mention on people getting into groups? Okay. So what we do, the first session, which is going to be approximately 30 minutes, so I want to begin at 12:30. So right now it's 11:52. So primarily between 15 to 30 minutes. So maximum we have until 12:30. Primarily we want by 12:15 tutakuwa tumeassess. Kama tutakuwa tumemaliza fill in the forms from an individual point of view, we want to put you into groups. Now in groups is, we all have our own individual problems. But we all have problems that, or we all have problems that affect the entirety of the entire poultry industry. So tunataka after lay out your own personal problems, we get into groups of five of us, but I'll do a quick calculations then this idea in terms of putting us into groups. But right now, let's fill in the forms, approximately 15 to 30 minutes max to have finished filling that. Then we tutaweka into groups so that for problems, let's in that hizo manila papers zenye tumepatiwa, we want you guys to list 5 major problems that are affecting farmers in the whole scope. So 5 problems that you feel, so you discuss among yourself which are the key 5 problems that you want to highlight. Then 5 key solutions that you feel are going to be the game changer for us as farmers. So that's primarily what we're going to do. But right now, let's fill in the forms from an individual point of view. Once we are done, I'll already have set us into groups. I think we are set. Yeah, thank you.
And as we do this, I realize there are a couple of us who just arrived. There's a tea area. Feel free to grab a cup of tea. There's some doma. There's some good, there's some good stuff. So just feel free to walk over there as you come back to the tables. As my colleagues are saying, it's really just to get your personal opinion. What are your key challenges? But then this entire space is here for us to think about what else do you think we have not looked at. And these are always the same challenges that we talk about, but maybe there is one that is not here. So instead of locking you in, use the backspace to just write your individual challenge. And then as we have now the groups, the team, one of you will be like a team group lead, what are the key challenges that we have identified that are affecting all of us, and then what are the key solutions that are being proposed. And then the final thing that I would like to just introduce that has not been added is, what do you think is the characteristics of an empowered farmer? Wewe ukijiona ukiwa sasa ile wakati tunasema all of us are succeeding, what are the key characteristics that would define you? A farmer, in this case, of course, kila mtu anasema pesa. Kuwe na pesa kwa mfuko. Beyond money, what else can we define? This way, we are then able to form a collective vision of what we want to do in order to empower more farmers to actually have all those characteristics of that empowered farmer. So for the time being, let's break into that, take that time, and then we can reconvene. For those who need some tea, some water, a bathroom break, kindly feel free. There are attendants out there who can also help you to point you to the right location. Thank you. We shall revisit that.
Go through the book, I will show you. What challenge? So challenges. Sasa ni gani? Of course, number one, mimi naona hiyo kila mtu atasema. Because we know there is power in doing big chicken, and meaning chicken. And we put them two. So what keeps
na saizi kila mtu amesha maybe the challenges anapatanga what now we are saying ni challenge gani saizi kama sisi kwa
Manual. You are adding.
Nayo your private session ya kuaddress what your problems were. Sasa tuna share kwa team tujue shida yenye umeandika ni gani, huyo ameandika gani, huyo ameandika gani, huyo ameandika gani. Kisha kuna zenye problems zenye zinatuhusu sisi wote. Ndizo tunaziweka kwa side moja kwa utu to sticky note. So kama hawa wame identify diseases na wakaandika a small note, especially kama mkulima ni mpya. Kuna ingine kuna mwenye ame-identify transport ya kuleta kifaranga kwa shamba yake na aka-explain. Ina depend sana sana na the number of birds. So as we feel, tukikunja hii Manila, side moja itakuwa ni ya zile shida zenye zote tunapokea, or rather tunapitia, that are common to that table. And then on the other side, tutaanza tu kuandika, what do you think would be the solution? Ama wewe ungependa vipi? What is that? What would you want to see as a solution to that particular problem? And then now finally, we will have one of you to present what they have on this and what we have on the solution side. And finally, sote tutakuwa na what are the key problems for the entire group and what are the key solutions for the entire group. For the final exercise ni ile ya, what do you think is the characteristics of a successful farmer mwenye atakuwa problems zake zote zimesolviwa. Here, you can use this entire space, hii yote, to just write. And since we have other stakeholders, kuna watu wa chakula, wako na shida pia na wakulima. Kuna bank, si wako na shida pia ya kuwapatia wakulima. Let them write shida yao kuu ni gani. Ndio wawaelezee mkiwa hapo. Ndio ile wakati tutaform now an actual solution, sisi wote tumejua, yenyewe sisi wote tulikuwa kwa kiti moja na tukaamua hivi ndivyo tutafanya. Tuko pamoja? Sawa, tuendelee. Thank you.
With funds, you can double your production. You can buy that storage, what they are saying. You can get maybe clean water from very far.
What you want to
sana sana
hata wenye wanasafiriwa na hizo big brand kama no goromo Mesa kogo hena anishi na
inongere kutenda hivi kwa pesa pesa nige nira konege kawe ngwaro
now information about the symptoms, about the remedy, and how you can those kind of things. So I think that government has information as beyond the entire disease problem. It's actually not a very big problem because I've seen farmers administer their own medicine, but they can increase it and they have no concerns if they have the correct information. And they are not calling those kids or for going to the agriculture. They have a very huge pooling. They have a very huge pooling power.
The structuring is based on the cash of the customer.
So the way you rinse your clothes,
Just come up again. You know what happens?
Because we are not looking for problems now. Because the problem tulisema kwa finance kwamba loan inakuwa shida.
So that is why
characteristics.
in your own back.
So even for you, kama unahitaji tuiandike hapo, sisi ndio tunaweza kuongea na hiki vizuri, wanatupea zile reference.
Now, let's say you were expecting to say your food is 400 shillings. Then can you this is like 400 shillings? So that by the time you're going to the market and you find the price is 250, you compensate it for 400. Yes. That is what we're insuring yourself against. That this thing doesn't go at 450, someone is paying. The other problem here,
Currently, are you buying back from farmers? Are you picking chicken from farmers?
Yes, the process. All those discussions we had.
ndio inaweka na yule mwenye ameacha tu anajua anafaa kuweka disinfectant na hajaweka. Ile siku amekuja hizi vitu tunajua si hata tunajua. Sasa wakati amekuja
anybody, si hata tunaweza saidiana, tunaweza sema hata hii team tumeamua represent
we receive from our customers. And secondly, we'll have also Wanamushiri, who will also speak about the challenges that he faces at the franchise in town and what opportunities he has seen that could be of benefit to all of us. After Mushiri speaks, then we will have Backbone come also and make a presentation. And after that presentation is done, then we will hear from our good friends at Equity Bank. And then after that discussion from Equity Bank, we'll then have a final session spoken, led by Eugene. A few minutes, we'll get into another test using our phones to try that system that we talked about. And finally, we wrap it up. My hope is that by 2:15, we are all enjoying lunch and we are able to proceed for the rest of the day. But the day is not over. You are here, your friends will also be around, so it's going to be like another networking lunch to now catch up on the beyond work. Sila ni Friday. Kishafika 2 p.m. sasa tunaanza sasa the social bit. Okay? All right. Let's wrap up and then select one person in your group to represent David. Will go around with the microphone. Thank you.
We are humbled to sit with the chairman of BigKuku and many other recognized farmers and bankers. So we looked at the challenges that were there first in the questionnaire and also the solutions. So in terms of the challenges, we started with the financing and how we are proving that we are having a challenge of financing is that we know many farmers who have closed shop because of lack of capital, and we also have many farmers who have remained small because they don't have money to expand. And why is it a big challenge? One of them, we noted that agriculture is taken as a high-risk venture. Most people do not want to put their money there because you may come and say your chicks died and now you don't have money anymore. So it's taken as a high-risk venture. Again, there was the issue of the cost of financing. We noted that loans are very expensive. Also, availability of loans was noted as a challenge. There's also the challenge of the gender aspect. Most of the farmers are women, and most of the title holders are men. So you find you're going to a bank, you want a loan, but the title is not in your name, and the man who is not the farmer does not want to risk their land by giving you the title to go and get the loan. So that was also noted. Again, another thing we noted as a challenge is the fact that broilers are not a monthly venture. When you get a loan, the bank expects you to pay monthly, and yet you don't sell your broilers monthly. Mostly, we have a cycle of around 2 months. So we noted that the farmers really suffer for the months that they are having a break. And so we are requesting the bankers to consider our cycle so that when they give us loans, they give us loans that fit us. I'm looking at the challenges first. There's also the issue of the quality of chicks, which we noted as a challenge. We noted that some of the suppliers give us less quality chicks. So we find we have chicks, they are not growing. Others, they give us chicks that are disabled. So they will distribute across all the farmers, instead of discarding the ones that are disabled at the point of maybe hatching. Again, there was a challenge of vaccines. We noted that the quality of vaccines may not be the problem in terms of the manufacturing, but there's a problem mostly in terms of farmers. We either give at the wrong time, or we give wrongly, or we don't give. And therefore we have them affecting the chicks. The issue of market was quite heavy. We noted market is a big issue. And some of the aspects we noted is that, for one, there's a lack of consistency in prices. The same week you could be having to 80, the same week you have to 50. There's lack of consistency also in terms of quantity. Today you call this buyer, he wants only 500. Tomorrow he wants 5,000. So you cannot be able to tell how many chicken are needed at a particular time. There's also the lack of consistency in sizes. Today they tell you they want small chicks. Tomorrow you take small chicks, they tell you this is too small, you're buying it at lesser cost. Then the other day you take big chicks, they tell you this is too big, you're grading it differently. So there's lack of consistency in that. There's also lack of organized institutions. We know, like the cattle farmers, we have the Kenya Dairy Board and the rest. Which organizations we have for chicken farmers at the national level? We don't have. Issues of cooperatives. The other farmers have cooperative societies where they're able to put up their resources and they can access funds, which we don't have as chicken farmers. Chicken farmers also do not have government subsidies in terms of market. When there's drought in northeastern, the government buys off the cattle and brings them to KMC and water. For chicken farmers, what happens? We don't have anyone coming to our rescue. And then for storage, which we also saw is another challenge, the issue we saw, one is that we don't have a way of preserving our chicken. Once they are ready, they have to go to the market. And again, if we preserve, cold storage is very expensive. For one, building cold storage is very expensive. Again, maintaining it is also very expensive in terms of power. And also in Kenya, someone said we can have a national blackout. So in case there's a national blackout and you have your chicken in cold storage, what do? Backup power is also very expensive because then you need a generator. Still on storage, the perception of Kenyans with frozen foods. Someone will tell you, nauza fufu, ilikuwa kwa freezer. If it was frozen, they think it's less quality. So we need to educate people on that. Also, there's the issue of education on storage. Even me, I got surprised to hear there are steps that you're supposed to take to freeze a chicken. I didn't know. You're supposed to put it in cold water for I don't know how many minutes. Then you're not supposed to put it directly in the freezer. You're supposed to put it, I think, in the fridge to a certain temperature before you... I don't know, even right now I'm not still very sure of the process.
You are a champion.
Yes, so many of us do not know. So if we don't know, then we are not able to store them correctly. The issue of water is also a challenge. And the main challenge is contamination during consumption, especially for those of us who are using the automatic drinkers. There's also the issue of availability of consistent water supply. Most of us, like in the town areas, maji ya kanjo inakujanga like 2 days or 3 days a week. So you have to look for a storage. Then another challenge that was not listed, but we thought it's a major challenge, is the issue of waste management. One thing that our group was noting, we will always have a challenge as long as we are slaughtering chicken in our homes. And I think most of us here, that is what we do. Because you're left with the intestines, you're left with the feathers, you're left with blood water, you're left with all those things in the compound which contaminate the chicken that you bring in the consecutive periods. Some of the solutions that we have identified, one of them is access to affordable bank loans. And affordable was key for us. Of course, we had talked about the cycle to be extended to 2 months. And we were requesting, because of the issue of collateral, that we could have banks getting into agreements with the buyers or the producers of feeds. And then we are able to access as a kind of a trust. Like we have BigKuku with equity and a food producer and a chicken producer. You have a broad agreement which the farmers are able to access funds through. We also talked about the circle formation. So if you're able to form a circle, then we are able to contribute some money into it, which we can be able to access or lend each other. There's also the issue of the table banking, which is also a good idea, because we saw nowadays things are online. We can actually bank online, loan each other online, guarantee each other online, and also we were notified by Equity, they also have a Chama banking option. So if you're in a Chama and you're contributing and you're registered, you can be able to register with Equity or open an account with Equity. We are told that you can be able to get 10 times the amount of money that you have invested with them. So that is what was discussed in our group, unless someone needs to add something.
You did it well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Champions. Thank you so much, champions. Let's remember, let's keep it 5 minutes, please, so that we are able to be on top of the hour. So I'll invite.
Our group have identified some challenges that are facing. First, it's quality chicks. Amesema the chicks they are getting, most of them are dying, others are disabled. They also have the challenge of access to funds. They say the bank loans are very high. They need some wanataka wakuwe na, tuseme ukienda kwa bank, they are asking for titles and all that. They have also a challenge of vaccines. They are getting poor vaccines. They don't have a vet who they can access if they need their chicks to be vaccinated. They also have a challenge of processing. They don't have somewhere to keep their chicken if the market is not stable. The prices are high and the chicks are flooding. They don't have somewhere to keep their chicks. The solutions they have identified, they want some guaranteed payments, especially when they are taking their chicken somewhere. They take their chicken and they be paid on time. They also have identified that surely they can get quality feed. They can be able to give their chickens good feed. There's also, if they can get their market stability and storage facilities.
Thank you so much. Probably one area that I'm feeling that probably we're not really highlighting, and maybe we can just break it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes you look at your solutions. 2 minutes you look at your problems. 2 minutes let's look at the success story. What are the characteristics of a successful farmer? What would you want to see yourself to be categorized as success? So probably the next coming group try to highlight that particular part. So I'll add 1 more minute. So 6 minutes. 2 minutes for each category. So I'll allow this group to come in. So let's give them a round of applause.
Here we are, the Lengo group. And
which?
Lengo group.
Lengo.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Our main challenges as farmers, what we've identified is the diseases. The farmers, especially at the start, farmers get these challenges of diseases whereby you find that there is maybe a mortality rate at that level. So that is one key challenge to farmers. Number 2, there is a waste disposal, especially in towns, whereby you find that farmers, they normally get that challenge of the manure, the carcasses, the feathers, those challenges, maybe where will they dispose them? That's another key challenge, especially to those who are in towns. Then maybe number 3, we can say maybe the cold storage. Maybe when you've slaughtered and maybe when you are trying maybe to take the stock to the market maybe the following day in the morning, you find that farmers experience that problem of where to store the chicken to arrive when they are still fresh. So it calls for them maybe to have the cold storage, which is very expensive for the farmers to have them. Then number 4, we can say that they normally also experience maybe delays on the chicken deliveries. Maybe you're expecting a fresh slot. Maybe the person who is supposed to supply to you, you've prepared yourself, then they don't come. And maybe there is no communication. So at the end of the day, you fail as a farmer. Then another issue we've identified is finances. You find that maybe a farmer who is freshly starting and maybe she has started with a loan, it's a major problem to that farmer. Maybe if he finds that maybe he's not gotten maybe a stable market for that fresh meat, maybe to repay the loan, it becomes a challenge to the farmer. Then another problem we can say is the hygienic part of it. Maybe when you take it to wherever you are selling, maybe you find that those people whom you are selling to, they normally maybe steal from the farmers, especially the weighing aspect of it. You find that a farmer maybe is not very keen. At the end of the day, maybe you as a farmer, maybe you had said that with that flock, it's around maybe this number of kgs. At the end of it, you find that you get less. So as a farmer, it's a loss. And also the vaccines part of it. You find that maybe sometimes farmers are given maybe expired vaccines. When you introduce it to your poultry, maybe you get mortality rate. Then can go maybe straight maybe to the solutions which we are intending. We as farmers, maybe we need to have to be assured of the market stability of our chicken. So we are urging maybe the government to do away with the cartels which are there in between, so that we may get it full as farmers. Then another thing maybe we can say it's maybe farmers to have maybe trainings like these ones, to be educated about how they should go about maybe how to breed those their chicken, where to sell them, all those things, at least to be addressed in the training. Because when they go when they get to more trainings, it will be better for them. Then another thing, maybe a solution, it's maybe farmers should be advised maybe to have reliable transport means. Because maybe sometimes they may lose their chicken in between. So they should have reliable transporters. And another thing which we are pleading maybe to the government is maybe the government to introduce maybe slaughterhouses for chicken near the farmers. At least whereby with that they can take maybe their chicken, because it's near them, because maybe some of them they are transporting maybe from far. So if the slaughterhouses can be introduced near to the farmers, it will be better for them. And another thing, if there can be an agreement, maybe the slaughters to take full responsibility of any loss or any maybe chicken getting burnt. Because for instance, if you get those slaughterers who are coming to your homes, and sometimes they become careless. Maybe your flock was 100. At the end of the day, you are told maybe there are maybe 95. 5 have been burnt in the process of kutoa manure. So it becomes a loss to the farmer. If there can be that cap, maybe when your slaughterers to take the full responsibility of any loss incurred by a farmer. Then the other one, if maybe there can be introduction of maybe slaughters coming with machines instead of doing it manually. I think that one can maybe speed the process, and also it can be good for farmers. And also, if government can introduce cold rooms to farmers, especially when they have not sold, where they can preserve them, I think that will help farmers. Then I can go maybe to the key characteristics of becoming a successful farmer. I think being a farmer, if you get maybe 100% of the returns, you call yourself maybe a successful one. And also maybe if you increase the chicken count. For instance, I started with like 200. Then at the end of the day, like a year, I see myself at the level of maybe 1,000. That one I call myself maybe have been successful because it means there's growth. Then also, as a successful farmer, when also you create maybe employment opportunities maybe to your community, you feel that fulfillment as a farmer. I've done much because now I'm having returns. I can employ 1, 2, 3 people. So you call yourself as successful. I think, and the last one maybe, when you have increased income. For instance, if you are no longer maybe getting loans, maybe to increase your chicken count. So you call yourself maybe a successful farmer. Thank you so much.
Give her a round of applause. She's done a fantastic job. So I hope you're learning. Are we learning? And you're taking notes? Yeah, there's also a lot that you're being able to digest. And I know the panelists, you're taking keen, the speakers who are coming here, because these farmers are they're expressing what they feel. And I know in all that they're looking for answers from you as the experts. So I'm really looking forward to when the panelists come here, you're able to talk to these farmers, you're able to really. And with that, I want to now.
My name is Ligadenti from the Dynamic Group. We are the Dynamic Farmers. As the Dynamic Farmers, we have discussed several challenges. Among them, the lack of authentic breeders. We find that there is no means that we can maybe authenticate the quality of the breeds given to us. Farmers are introduced, maybe you're placed in a certain WhatsApp group. There is no way of validating the quality of the chicks. If possibly there is a way, maybe through networking, we can learn or maybe get some evidences that these chicks perform this way, this day. That will probably help us. The second challenge we had is diseases. Especially in the beginning phases of farmers, we don't have a certain method of identifying maybe this disease, and what we do is maybe consult independent veterinary doctors, and the medicines offered and services offered are a bit expensive for us. The other challenge we had is market fluctuations. As for the market, we are uncertain of the prices, maybe for those who in the city market areas, contract farmers, prices are not so. We may sell our chicks this week for a very friendly price. Within 2 weeks, the prices give us a loss. The other challenge we spotted was untrustworthy feeds, where you find that the quality of feeds, in comparison to the prices, is not consistent, and you're not sure how to verify the best feeds. For the fifth challenge, we noted that finances was a common challenge for all of us, where we find that all farmers seek to expand, but the means to expand is difficult, especially because of the previous challenges we've spotted. The sixth challenge was dominant external environment. This can be maybe political, the environmental ones. The COVID-19 era was a terrible time for maybe production, maybe levies introduced to the production companies, introduce higher cost to farmers. So The external environment also affects the profitability of our business. We went further to proceed to the solutions to the challenges. Among our first solutions was the diversification of businesses, where since the market is not so stable, diversification is a good opportunity to make sure that maybe if you have a certain number of maybe 2006, you can stall a bit, and maybe you have a few outlets, maybe a few clubs, yourself, meaning to a Friday. So I diversified by maybe selling the products through my clubs. Of course, at a certain time, when the head starts spinning, your stomach is in it. So maybe a few vendors walking around help me diversify. You find that in such periods, the price, if you maybe sell at the current market prices, it becomes a bit difficult. But now, if you sell at of course, the club prices are a bit exaggerated, so it minimizes the losses. The other solution we come up with was the extension of education seminars. We find that most of the farmers are not sure of the business they're doing. They're not sure of the numbers. They're not sure of the expectations. Maybe within the first week or the first day, these are the required number of feeds for this number of chicks. So you find it's just a business that runs without maybe the accounting sector of the business. You may start with 1,000 chicks. Since you're not sure of the feeds and everything, you find that in every, let's say the next month, you have to go lower because your accounting skills are not so, not well conversant with them. On the education side, we also identified safety issues where you find that, for instance, in rural areas, we are privileged that we could access rainfall. But I'm so sure there are certain farmers in areas that cannot access this place and hence cannot maybe discuss the things we discussed today. So you find that there are somehow individual farmers that do not have access to education. Such a farmer, if identified by maybe certain brokers, of course they are likely not to benefit from the farm. The third solution was quality networking, where as farmers, if we are well organized and maybe consulting higher, for instance, Mr. Gitao's family, I'm sure through their network have learned so many things. Of course, as a new farmer, you can learn from the old farmers, seek their advice on the challenges they face in the beginning, and probably try and avoid such challenges. On the disease part, I think we decided that the easiest solution will maybe present even BigKuku with an opportunity to market themselves, where if probably we created sort of a cooperative or a group where veterinary doctors can be assigned to certain areas, maybe inspect certain farms, provide certain weekly or monthly checks to the farmers. The cost of veterinary doctors and their services will maybe be lower, and disease outbreaks will be less. For that solution was consultations and consultations. This is where we address maybe strategies that farmers will use, maybe to unite and maybe prevent the repetition of challenges. This is an annual conference, so if farmers will unite rather than repeating the same challenges every year, we will maybe become as strong as the milk industry and maybe dictate a few aspects that will help us make better profits. For the last part was the characteristics of a successful farmer. The first one is the ability to conform to changes within our environments. The second characteristic is to seek information and be well informed. The third characteristic is to always seek to expand your ventures. And the fourth one is good networking. Yes, good networking and collaboration with other farmers. Yeah, thank you.
Let's give you a good round of applause. One of the key problems that you've highlighted and I've had it over and over again is access to information. And it's good that BigKuku is here, and it's good that the partners are listening. And what is making me happy is that the points that you're...
Wambui Kashaga, a farmer from Muranga, a place called Maragua, and I'm representing a group called Eagles.
Wow. Feed on chicken.
Okay, our first challenge is the cost of production, the high cost of production of rearing chicken. And this is mainly attributed, especially by the high cost of feeds, which are almost or above 70% of the cost of production. We all know, like 2 or 3 years ago, the feeds increased by 1,000 shillings. Because I remember we used to buy, for example, a bag of broiler pellets, finisher, around 27.50 to 28.50. Then suddenly it spiked to 38.50 thereabout. But when it did that, what was the increase in the cost of chicken meat? Was there any increase? If anything, chances are it went down. The feeds went very high, but the price of meat either stagnated or they went down. So that is it's been a big challenge, and majority of farmers have either scaled down or closed because they are not able to keep up with the high cost of feeding. So we thought that is the greatest challenge. Secondly, the feeds are to be fed to quality chicks. And I don't know, I can see we have probably breeders here, I don't know whether they're here, but I don't know why there's never that consistency in terms of the chick, the quality chick. Because as much as you have a quality feed and the chick is not of good quality, you're not able to get the outcome, the final outcome. That's also another challenge. For me, I shared with my group a personal study that I've done. I would just try and do it at your farms. Every time you have a good chick from a certain company, probably company X, and you keep this flock, the good thing about broilers, you're able to research, because they only take 5 weeks, you're able to harvest, you bring another crop, another 5 weeks. So because I do multi-cropping, I can bring a certain company this month, then after 6 weeks I harvest, very good weights, everything went well, then I place again, everything is okay, then you place again, something happens. And because I'm consistent in weighing my day-old chick when it comes to my farm, one thing I've noted is that, the weight changes. You can tell, you can receive a day-old at 40 grams, then a day-old at 38, a day-old at 30 grams. By the way, they don't perform the same. And at times, because, you see, when you get the day-old at 30, Robert is here to confirm, that probably means it's a young mother from a young flock. I'm a young mother. Is there something like that? So it probably needs different management from the others. So when you do what you're used to do, you cannot get the same results. And again, we also know our hatcheries can also get infections or something. And maybe there's an issue. I think that is also a factor. Maybe part of the solution is that when such happens, we have the right information so that even when we are doing our bit, we are able to give different managements to get good outcomes. Our third challenge was the access to financing. It was very well represented by the groups that have been here, and we all know that every time you want to access financing, one, you have to produce security, and saa zingine, assuming you are starting, unatoa up your security. And this is a business with a lot of potential, and I guess that is why we are here. So if there's a way that our institutions can work with us just to understand our business, even when they are giving us their product, we try to make them as tailor-made as possible. That would really help. Lack of proper processing and cold storage facilities. Chicken that have been slaughtered at the backyard, where we slaughter at night, where somebody will, the slaughtermen will come, they catch, they put them in the hot water, then they just rinse. You cannot say that chicken has a shelf life. These are the chicken that when you take to the market, or when there's a slight delay. Because, hey, someone said, when farmers are harvesting, you're always umeshikilia tumbo hivi. Until fikishe hiyo kuku kwa soko, ipimwe, ujue imetoka kwa mikono yako. Anything can happen. You can get an accident or an incident on the road, and there's delay. I remember last week, kuna mtu mkulima alichelewa huko Murang'a, alichelewa kufikisha kuku ikafika saa 5. That chicken, by the time it's getting there, what? The quality changes. And when the quality changes, I don't know how many farmers have experienced this, by the time you slaughter and it gets to the seller, the buyer, something has happened, and the price that you had agreed suddenly changes by the time you're getting there. Because of even those delays, and because of the way we slaughter, we don't do it professionally. It affects even the quality. So we are hoping that one day as farmers, the way other farmers like pigs, I know there's a slaughter in Kabati, dairy, there are slaughterhouses in different places. For chicken, we don't have a place where we can say this is a common slaughter house that is licensed with all those facilities where we can go and have those services. So we are hoping that the investors are listening. The other challenge, in our group we had financial institution people, representatives with us, and they listed their challenges also because they also have challenges with us as farmers. One is that farmers default paying their loans. Loans are commitments, and I believe that once we make that commitment, we should honor them. But definitely there are things that come up and we are not able to honor, so that is a challenge on their end. Then also, farmers also have character issues. Yeah? we don't have integrity. So it's good we go knowing that we need to be people who can be trusted, and we also need to give the right information so that we can get assistance. Also is that we farmers at times we are given funds for certain reasons, specific reasons, but we go and diversify the funds. You can go and pay your school fees. Things that are very important and urgent, but again, that is not why you had taken the funds. And eventually, the reason will come and bite you because you will not be able to pay your loan, and you even affect the credibility of other farmers. Assuming all of us defaulted, the bank could have an issue with us as farmers. They'll always be saying these particular farmers, they're not good at keeping their word. So let us also be keen, knowing that our record matters. For the solutions, let's just start with the ones that we started with. Feeds. The people who manufacture the feeds for us kindly ensure that the feeds are of the right quality, the right standard, because for broiler farming, it is a business that is highly on performance. It's not even highly, everything depends on performance. If we are able to achieve the right weight at the right time, that means that the chick that we got is able to convert, to add weight, to get to the right weight on time. I believe everybody is going to benefit. We as farmers are going to benefit. You're also going to benefit as a manufacturer, because you gain more customers. The good thing about farmers is they are not selfish with the information. We share widely. If something is working for you, you definitely want to share that information with other people. So manufacturers, do your bit so that you can assist us and support us. The same goes with the chicks. The chicks again, if there is an issue at the hatchery, and you know these things happen, kindly, it's good you give the right information to farmers so that we don't go blindly brooding the same way that we brood the others. If there is a way you can even support us, if there are vitamins or whatever it is. I know the smaller bird requires a bit of higher temperature and probably more support for immunity. If you are able to have that information, our birds will perform better. The other thing is the cold storage. Like we have said, it was a challenge, and now we are hoping that somebody will take up that challenge and give us that solution where we can have a place, we can be taking our birds, maybe even definitely at a fee that is affordable, so that we can slaughter our birds the right way. I believe one day when we have the right government, saa zingine serikali inatuhurumianga. There are things that maybe a government can come in place and say there is no person is going to be slaughtering huko nyuma. Even the way we transport our chicken by date is very wrong, and we know some of us have been caught. You know, the chicken put in sacks. That is not the proper way of transporting. So we are hoping that, I think it's also a gap, and somebody should see it as a gap and fill it, so that one, it can be a business for you and also a solution to many, many farmers. Support from financial institutions. Our business is unique, very unique, so we cannot be treated like any other farmer. One, because a broiler farmer is very different from a layer farmer. A layer farmer will have daily income. For us, we have to wait for a certain period. So even when you're giving us the products, just also have that in mind. Tailor-make a product that will suit us. I know there are banks that have products that you pay after 3 months, something like that, something workable. Also make your interest. When I met the guy who was sitting next to me from Equity, I asked him, he's left. I asked him, are you sure this banking is part of a solution? Because somebody said you can have 7, I think it's Fanga, who said you can do 7 crops in a year. 4 of them you make losses, 3 you make profit. How are you going to pay your loan? How? If you make a loss, by the way, how are you able to pay your loans to farmers? Maybe we need to come each other here. It's a real challenge, and it happens when you go to the market and you find the price is 250 per kg, and your cost of production was way higher than that. And yes, you have an equity loan. What do you do? It's a big challenge. So we need to help one another here. A working model. We all know that there are companies that are there, very few, that contract farmers, where you can opt to give farmers chicks, feeds, support, the trainings. Then you buy back from them at a good price. Again, let it not be an oppressive kind of business. We are all in business. We have loans that we are servicing. By the way, for some of us, this is a full-time job. I believe we are here because this is what we do as a career. It's a full-time job. It's a business that's feeding our families and maintaining all our bills. So let it not be an oppressive kind of business. Give us a good buyback. We're hoping that somebody, Kenchik does it. There's QMP. There are other players, but the more the players, the better, so that we are able to have, options to choose from. Come up with something that you're even able to attract people who are in Kenchik. And I know there is market, even outside the country. I think the only thing is that we never get ourselves organized. Support from all the other players, the millers. Give us things on credit. Backbone, you are there, you are hearing. Give us, support us, tukifika week 3 tumekwama, tupatie hiyo pellets, tukimaliza tutalipa. We said we should not have character issues. Si tutalipa madeni yao. si ndio? Mnanyamaza. Yeah, tutalipa. And I know there are people by there who've gotten here because they've been supported by either distributors. You have a working relationship. When you have a working relationship, you can go very far. You're able to keep those numbers without being scared at chakula, because that is somebody's now problem. Where kazi yako ni kulisha kuku vizuri. So, supporters, millers, then also the bank. I know this livestock insurance, but don't tailor-make it for chicken. Let understand our business first of all. Understand these are the challenges of farmers. So even when you're making that product, that insurance product, make it in a way that you accommodate us. And when we come claiming, let there not be those clauses, those hidden clauses that we were not told about when we were signing up for it. And the final one is good management practices. That is a solution. When we have good management practices at our farms, which is everything, by the management is everything, because there are things you cannot control. You cannot control the price of the market. You cannot control the price of the feeds. You cannot control majority of the costs. But management, you have the full control. Do your bit, ensure that everything as farmers that we've done well, and I'm sure we'll have the good ways. Okay, then of course from the bank, they said we need to be disciplined with the loans. That will be a solution on their end, and so that can also try to restructure the loans. Once we have the challenges, they can also accommodate us that way. The key characteristics of a successful farmer, one is definitely there will be growth in every way. You'll grow your farm. That's why you'll say, the Mugambo guy at Kikuja atasema, I started with 100 chicken, now you are doing 20,000. There's that visible, evident growth that will be seen. There'll also be an increase in revenue. And of course, when your revenue increases, you're able to do even other things. So not just be a poultry farmer, will be a Mogoko who started with chicken, became one of the greatest shareholders of a bank. There'll be that feel. Then there'll be fulfillment, by the way. You'll love what you're doing and you'll be fulfilled. And you'll also create employment to many other people. Thank you.
Let's give a nice round of applause. Thank you so much for that presentation. Nasikia watu wanapewa pesa na equity. I will not even want to point it out the story. Mobilization of resources. I think there is that clarion call on the mobilization of resources. So partners, I hope we are taking note on that. And I think the discussion has really evolved, and it's really I love the aspect of listening to the farmers, and I want to believe that partners wamekuwa wakisikiza, and as we're now rolling into the last bit. Najua watu ndio imeanza kuingia nazo, nataka kule hii, so that tuongeze gas kidogo. We do another probably like 20 the partners to briefly just get into just highlighting the pain points, and then probably what I would want to mention. So far, I would want to have some interviews, brief ones. Probably when we are taking lunch, I would want to point out that I might come for some of the group leaders who presented, just to hear your opinions. Secondly, the partners. Maybe you can be figuring out who can, I would want probably a representative from one of the partners. I would want to have a conversation with you, and any other person who feels that they would want to air out. This is content that we are channeling out. It's content we would want to push to make this really relevant. So let's take key of that. BigKuku, please, kubali wito. And with that, I want to call in Stanley so that he can, take us, to this next level. But I think, so I think with that, Stanley, can take the floor.
All right. Thank you all for engaging us on this exercise. Literally today we were not speaking a lot. We wanted to understand the problems so that even as we are sitting together with the that we've looked at, and even as we go into the next part of the discussion, or even beyond this conference, we will have matching orders. Ask Maderi, who literally has overseen about 200 billion worth of chicken sales that you brought at Ngara or Pangani, where he served first at Chaka Chicken, which was also a chicken buying shop, and now at BigKuku Depot. And he has the first-hand experience, what the customers say about the chicken that farmers have been bringing. So in 5 minutes, Madheri will talk about this, and then now Robert will talk about his experience at town, and then we'll also have Ben, who's our strategist, also come in and speak 1, 2, 3 things before we give Anthony of Backbone, and finally our friends at Equity Bank. Thank you.
Kama vile Stanley ambavyo amesema, sometimes I like speaking in Kiswahili. Kama vile Stanley ambavyo amesema, ya kwamba baada ya kuzichinja zile kuku ambazo mnazichinja, we are the first person that receive those chicken. Na kuna challenges zile hata nasi tunaweza kuzipata baada ya zile kufikia katika maduka kwetu. Kuna challenge ambayo ya kwanza, the first challenge or the greatest challenge, or I would call it maybe the worst challenge, is like Madam Mercy has said. Mercy is my friend. Time. You know, this business that we do, it's all about time, and we do this business within a certain frame of time. So wakati ambapo una interfere na time, by saying time inamaanisha kwamba we expect this chicken ambazo unatuchinjia kulingana na mahali ambapo ulipo, we expect them to be in time, in good time, ama zitufikie wakati ambao unafaa. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu our business is structured such that we do business within a certain frame of time, like kuanzia saa 11 kwenda mpaka saa 4. So unakuta kwamba wakati umechelewa kutuletea hizi kuku, una interfere na sales zetu. Azin farmer ama customers wetu wanachukua kuku between saa 11:30 mpaka saa 1 latest. So when you come in saa 2, hata tujue kwamba hizo kuku hata mkituletea hatutaziuza. So utakuta kwamba lazima tutazikata na tutaweza kuziweka kwa fridge ama kwa freezer, in other words, or rather we install them. So you make us to go an extra cost katika biashara yetu. So time is very important, na ndio unapata ya kwamba wakati ambapo ukichelewa kupeleka mzigo yako kwa soko, jua ya kwamba mahali popote utakuwa, jua ya kwamba bei lazima itashuka, si ndio? So it's good to really keep time. Try as much as possible, just strategize whatever you are doing, knowing in your head ama at the back of your mind, know that ya kwamba ukichelewa, jua bei lazima itabadilika, si ndio? So that is one of the challenges that we have as wale ambao wananunua kuku. The next challenge is handling of the chicken. That is how you handle your chicken wakati ambapo mnaweza kuzichinja. Tunajua ya kwamba Madam Mercy had said that some of the chicken or the couples we receive from you, sometimes they are not in good qualities. By this I mean, kuku zingine tunaletewa some of the parts, we do the parts, ukituletea kuku ikiwa mzima, unatuletea, we do the parts, or we debone, we have different parts in terms of the chicken. We have the big legs, the wings, we have the boneless, we have the cutters or whatever. There are different types of parts. So once these products tukizikata, saa zingine the qualities that we receive from whatever we've done, they are of low quality. In fact, they are not of low quality, they are poor qualities. Such that unasikia kwamba kuna wings, the wings, unasikia kwamba they are categorized. I don't know why they say the wings are wamama. Utakuta kwa shop ya kwamba tuna wings, sometimes they literally say wings are wazee, wings are wamama. I don't know why. Za wamama ni zile zimevunjika, zile zimechomeka. I don't know. Sorry for that wamamas, but that is literally what they say. Uko na zile wings za wamama, mamiguu za wamama, those things. So it is all about the quality of the couple or rather the chicken that you bring to us. So kindly fanya hiyo vile, try to get people who are doing that in a good way. Kuna watu ambao wanafanya hiyo kazi vizuri. Hiyo kuku hata ukiangalia ni kuku inakaa kama imechinjwa na mashini. So try as much as possible to source those guys that do that work well. So unakuwa hata kwamba unaweza kuwa hata umechukua kuku hata 300, lakini ukute ya kwamba kuna wingi za wamama kama kilo 5 ama kuku zimechomeka. Sometimes nakumbuka kuna siku tulichukua kuku utakuta ya kwamba kwa kuku kama 300 hivi unakuta kilo 50 hawezi ziuza kwa sababu zimechomeka, in fact it was terrible. So kindly upscale hiyo kazi ya kuchinja, ama utafute watu ambao wanaweza kuchinja hiyo kuku vizuri. Challenge nyingine ambao na ni common, sometimes tunakutanaga tunaanza kushare about this tukiwa na kina masi and others and so on about smell. Yani hiyo kuku saa zingine, kuku zingine zinafikaga yani tu ile ukifungua tu kwa gunia, because most of the farmers wanaleta kwa gunia, which is not the standardized way ya kuleta kuku. Unafaa kuleta kuku zikiwa na crates, but all the same imeleta na gunia. So saa zingine ukifungua hiyo gunia, ile harufu inatoka mahali pale, I'm telling you it's terrible. So hii inakuja kwa sababu labda haujaweza kuzikamua kuku zako vizuri, maji yenye ulitumia labda iko ya chumvi, and so on. The handling itself, literally the handling of that chicken as you are doing hiyo kuchinja, it's really very important. You should try as much as possible to get people ambao watafanya vizuri. So hiyo bad smell itakuwa na effect. Hata tukidebone, tujaribu kuosha, we do whatever we do to try as much as possible to salvage, jua ya kwamba itaweza kukuaffect. And you see, ukileta kuku ambayo inanuka, for sure tuta reduce bei. Sio mimi watu wa kununua, sisi I am believing BigKuku is going to kuwa na njia ambayo hatutakuwa na hizo tabia. BigKuku is strategizing such that tunachukua kuku zenyu labda nazipeleka kwa kichinjio, at least to avoid those risks. So know that wakati kuku yako imekuja ikiwa sio quality nzuri, jua ya kwamba lazima bei itaweza kushuka. So let's try as much as possible. That's a challenge to us. Something else is about the underweight. It's a minor challenge. Sometimes unaweza kuta mkulima amekuletea out of 500 chicken anakuletea underweight kama kuku 300. Jua ya kwamba once you bring the underweight, they are not both the same price. It's a loss to you. Mtu anaenda anachinja underweight kwa sababu hizo underweights literally we sell them to our mamas. Ni kuku ya wamama. So kama na utasikia mzee akiuliza mambo ya underweight wa mamas. Why we are saying wa mamas? There are people who go and kuchoma hizo vitu. So that is why literally we are calling them the mamas. They are the jargons that are used within a certain environment or a certain jobs ama cadres fulani za maisha. So try as much as possible to bring hiyo kuku ambayo inafaa. I wish to answer a certain lady amesimama hapa akasema kuhusu sometimes we buyers tunataka kidogo, saa zingine kubwa. You know the challenge is sometimes ni study yangu nimefanya, sometimes it depends with the demand. Hizi vitu zenye tunauza big legs, boneless na wings na whatever, sometimes they depend with the demand. So ukikuta ya kwamba if the boneless is demanded ama the demand is high, would wish you to bring for us kuku kubwa kwa sababu tufanye deboning tupate boneless mingi ambayo inatupea faida. If the boneless is not going, sometimes tunataka kuku kidogo kwa sababu tunataka kuuza ikiwa full, but BigKuku is here with the solution. Itakuwa inabeba zote. So note that. So don't worry about that. We are going to do that, and we are going to go far. So another challenge that we face sometimes, farmers fails us. Wanatufail namna gani? You agree with the farmer to bring some chicken tomorrow, but I don't know, something along the way happens. Na unakuta ya kwamba unagojea farmer amezima simu and so on and so on. They fail us. So which is not good. To our customers, they crave that ya kwamba wanataka kitu kizuri, good qualities. We have another challenge ya kanjo, police wanakuja kuchukua kitu kidogo and so on and so on. So we have very many challenges but because of the interest of time, wacha tufikishe mahali pale. Thank you, thank you.
Let's give him a good round of applause. So thank you, Madari, because you've also been able, at least you're also you've given the market also wants. Yeah? So as you prepare your chicken, as we complain there is no market, we also need to look at ourselves. To Jiangalia, we need to ask ourselves, are we also beating the market at its own standard? Yeah? And with that, I want to call in the next speaker. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause as he comes in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert. I stand here as a franchisee. Here ni kizungu mingi. Because BigKuku, the dream of BigKuku is to bring class and dignity in the way we present chicken to the market. The way Madari is talking of people tying the chicken in bags, police know that is an ATM. The Kanjo know, because once you are told, is this not the right way to carry chicken, then you are vulnerable and you are already starting to give money. But what I want to say, this photo is of myself and Gitao and some of the workers on the day we launched this shop in town. And I told you this shop is in bus station, new Sunday building behind. And so I remained the firstborn. From the depot, I took the first franchise. And I want to say it's been a journey of 1 year, 2 months now. Every day opening that shop, I only rest on 1 day in a week. And I can say I've had a fair share of challenges, and I would want any franchisee to take it like that, that there are so many regulations that you need to comply. Kanjo, ukikuja, one wall is full of licenses. I have paid even for music, and I don't play music there. I had said I would put to TV and show recipes of chicken and all, but then the copyright people are saying, how can we prove that you don't play music? Here, you need to pay health certificates, branding, advertisement, hygiene, fire. Hey, a whole wall is full of that. So those are challenges that I've faced. But the best thing, Getao told me, the best thing is to pay them. Otherwise, if you keep on talking, today Getao comes and tells the other one, go tomorrow, E and the ATM. So and the workers also can collude. And they will be calling you, Kanjo wako hapa, wa health wako hapa, wa fire wako hapa, and so on. We decided at the beginning of the business year, we pay. And then you can have peace of mind. Of course, that is one challenge. Another challenge I've encountered is the misinformation about people thinking the broiler chicken is not healthy. And people always coming, ukona kienyeji? And I tell them I have capons. And some walk away repeatedly, but you know this is not the truth. That the broiler chicken is not fed on ARVs. You know that people talk like this. People talk very negatively about these chickens will cause you to have to be fat on one side. You know all this nonsense. So this is what we have gone through. But let me tell you about the successes. We were able to present the chicken in a dignified way, in a flexible way. You know, we knew that chicken, you can only buy a whole chicken. So if you don't have 500 shillings, if that is the least price of a whole chicken, then you forget eating chicken. But with this franchise, the way Madari is saying, we cut the chicken into pieces. So you can come and buy one leg only. And that one leg is 80 shillings maybe, when you put it on the scale. And you can go home, na nyumba yako itanuka huku. Kama nikunuka ama nikunukia. The smell of chicken frying will come from your house at 80 shillings. People come, they buy the feet. A kilo of feet could be 150. So you can imagine half of it is 70. And it's a big thing. People go fry it with tomatoes, and a whole packet of ugali can go with that 70 thing. And the gizzards and so on. So we have been able to present the chicken in a flexible pack, in an affordable place. And you know, there's the street food. Kuna mtu anapenda mutura lakini vile inauzwa on the street, you feel ashamed to stand there. So we needed to bring, if you get a mutura in a butchery, now you can buy it in a dignified way, and this is what was lacking. The way people sell food on the street, on the dust, and the car is passing, and this, that you have to bring to the chicken. So that even somebody who wants to buy that gizzard, or the very cheap maini or miguu, akiingia kwa duka yangu asimame and chaguas the feet. When he's living in the park like this, who knows hiyo ni miguu ya that? So everybody think, oh, he has bought meat. Oh, mzee buys meat every evening. And so this is what we have achieved. Let me say this. Our dream is to replicate. I've seen the need. Imagine Nairobi city center. Apart from the depot, I'm the only kuku shop, Naniko bus station. People come from Koja and they say, I've walked for 15 minutes to come to this site. Msifungue branch huko Koja. You know, I can see real opportunity of people asking for this to be replicated. My dream, get out, I don't know whether you have that video. Because we need to change our perspective. Do you see this? This is in the streets of Kampala. And this is not electricity. This is charcoal grills. And it's a street food. It's outside. Ni kama mitura sasa. And you see, you can imagine how many chickens you can see now here rotating. They marinate the chicken. It slips in it is in a marinating box, in a vuta kitunguu and all those herbs. Then tomorrow, or you can marinate in the morning and choma in the evening. This jiko only sells a minimum of 50 chickens every evening. This one, and people, is very clean. It's not oiled. Unajua watu wanasema imerudia hiyo mafuta. Imechemsha mara mingi. And if we do this, you don't need electricity. This rotation only uses a battery inside and rotates this chicken. Now people queue because it's clean, it's choma, it's tasty, na imeingia moto mpaka katikati. So these are the ideas that will change this. Don't trust the big hotels to be the solution. Sababu, one, they are pricing the chicken very high. So anybody going there, unakunywa chai lakini hutaki kujua bei ya kuku Safaricom, because you know it's 2,500. But if you come here, you find that kapota, that lady is cutting, and it's, you know, Kenyans love smoky places. Kuna huyu mtu wa Friday alisema, utamkuta hii kamaki na hiyo moshi, watu wanataka hiyo moshi, the smokiness, wakunywe huko wakule huko. Hata ukitaka moshi ya kuku hii. And this is the way we want to encourage people to go. Now, it's been a success story for me. Every day, I can tell you, kuna avenues za mimi kupata pesa zinakaa kama 1 month ndio nipate kitu. But this shop, unless every day when I open, there has to be something coming into that account. Na watu wanakuja, I want gizzards today. Tomorrow they buy legs. Another day they buy breast. Another, it's the same chicken, but they are taking like, it's a variety. And this is the way to go. And this is the evidence, kwamba mimi ni franchisee. Ni t-shirt ya red leo sikupewa nikae kama a real BigKuku. Otherwise, thank you very much, Get Out, for having also believed in me, and I'm marketing you in the heart of town. So tutaenda far. Kama sasa watu wa Kitengela wanakuja kwa hiyo duka wananiuliza, sisi weekend tunashindwa, do we take a matatu to come to pick chicken when we are not in the office? Can you bring a branch to Kitengela? Can you bring a branch to Koja? And I say, yes, there's a letter. So, Get Out, maybe I can tell you opportunity is there. And all of you can open replica shops like this. Benham, I want to, okay, MC Nakunyanga Kazi. Thank you, thank you.
Let's give him a lot of applause. It is what the government can do for you. It is what your people can do for you. It is what society can do for you. But we're really, that's all you've been told. So we're here not just to give you solutions, but to also prompt your minds. What can you do for yourself? And with that, I want to call the next partner on board. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes in.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, team. I'm supposed to be the guest here. So I'm not prepared for a speech, but as I'm requested that I should speak something on the strategy and business proposition, I would. So to start with, I would say that where is money? If I have to ask you, how many minutes I have? 10. Let's be fast because I have only 10 minutes now. So if I have to ask you a question, where do you make money? What would be the answer? Just one word answer. Anyone?
In business.
Yeah, in business or anywhere. Where is the money hidden? I'll be talking from business aspects now.
Sale.
Yeah, please. One word.
With people.
With people. Market. Selling.
When you identify a gap.
Banks.
When you identify a gap.
When you identify a gap. Can we give him a round of applause? Money is equal to problem. Understand that. Wherever there is problem, there is money. You know, Uber. Why you need Uber? There's a problem for a female to travel at night. Safety. Am I right? High fare. Uber capitalized that problem. They said, I'll give you safety. Are we together? Yes. So, 5 groups spoke, only problems. BigKuku, there's a lot of money for you, if you can see that money, right? Whether it's storage, whether it is pricing, whether it is market space, and all. So always remember, wherever there is a problem, there is a money. Okay, that's the first takeaway. Second is, I'm very candid speaker, let me tell you. Because I deal with board of directors, so I have to be very, very straightforward and harsh. So that is my way of approach. What the speakers were speaking, like the representatives, it was more of a complaint, right? Whether it's a government policy, whether the market conditions, it was more of a complaint. So sometimes we get used to complaints, right? But let me tell you, I come from India. I've seen the Asian market. I travel not only Kenya, like Zambia and all. Let me tell you one thing. Kenya is a land of opportunity. There's a lot of money here. Okay, if you understand me, study what I'm saying. You look at the whole China is coming in here. If there was no money, would China come in? We all come in here. I make a lot of money here. So Kenya is a land of opportunity. Look at it from the positive aspect. Okay? Third point. Now take an example of this company. Even they saw business, right? Am I right, Anthony? They saw business, it's also a Chinese company. So if there is no money, there is no opportunity in Kenya, then why would everyone come? Now we come to your basic problems, like your day-to-day operations. I will only talk about the opportunities and positives because we all have spoken about our problems. First and the foremost is when we study as a strategist, we always try to see the cash flow cycle of any business. Like for example, I'll talk in a very layman language so that you all understand it. If I want to start a business, if I say I have 10 million, okay, I want to start a business in Kenya, what I should be looking for? How quickly, if I invest, I get back my money. Am I right? Right? Now you think of any business, let's talk about construction business. You put in money now, you buy land, when do you get the money? When you start building the flat. Maybe after 1 year, 2 years with all the government clearance and all, right? And then maybe you make profit after 2 years or 3 years if the building is complete on time. Now let's talk about that small entemba or that small kiosk which sells tea. Tea or mandazi, okay? Or tea or biscuits. So what is the cash flow cycle of a tea person who sells tea? He has 1,000 shilling in his pocket or maybe 2,000 shilling in his pocket. He goes, buys milk, tea, sugar, and he has a gas. Am I right? So he has invested 2,000 and maybe water. And in the morning he is ready. In the evening, he takes back 3,000 or 4,000. Are we together? So what is the cash flow cycle time? Not even 10 days, 10 hours, 1 day. So any business which has a very less cash flow cycle time is a good business. Now of course, the return over investment would also matter. So I wouldn't recommend you to go and start a tea stall because the revenue would be less. So now let's come back to your business. What is the cash flow cycle of your business? Just quickly, one word. Answers?
5 weeks.
You all are doing business for 10, 15 years. Mama, how many years you are doing business? Many years.
6 weeks.
6 weeks, 6, 7, 6, 42. 42 days, 35 days. It depends on the field actually. Am I right? When you buy a day-old chick and when you slaughter it and sell, that is your cash flow cycle, right? You invested and you got your money back. Let me tell you, you are in the fantastic business, where the cash flow cycle is from 35 to 42 days. It's a fantastic, you don't have to wait for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. Now, we come to your problems. There are problems, and what I have understood is that there are some problems which you can solve it at your level as a farmer. And there are some problems which you cannot solve it, right? For example, a storage. Can every farmer go for a cold storage? No, it's not possible. But can a farmer be efficient in his business operations? Yes, he needs education. It needs information. So, for cold storage, for example, if I have to look at from here, I'm seeing a lot of opportunity. I can just get an investor, identify 4 to 5 spots where there are big broiler business, open 3, 4, and I get into the business, which BigKuku can do it. Example I'm saying. So don't look at what you cannot do. Okay? What is not in your hand, you don't look at that. You can only request and expect somebody to come and do that. Either the government does it or some businessman does it. But is it in your hand? No. What is in your hand is what value proposition you can get it from your business. What is a value proposition? Let me tell you very simple language. If this is a product, if this is costing me say 500 shilling to produce, my production cost is 500. If I say, okay, let me put 20% as my profit, I make it say, how much is it? 600. Now, I go to a supermarket and sell it. Will I get 600, 700 or 1000? Maybe yes. Am I right? Example. But if I go to Gikomba market, what price will I be asked for?
550.
Maybe even 300. Because anybody who is coming to Gikomba market is price conscious segment. Are we together?
Yes.
Where do you go and sell your chicken? To the city market. That is the most competitive market, I suppose. I've been there, let me tell you. I'm with consulting companies and with one company where I've done 7 years with all the broiler business. So I know all the city markets, I know mangoes, I have farmers who I'm dealing with. So I'm just trying to tell you, your differentiation and value proposition is very important to understand. Today, if you want to succeed, let me tell you one more opportunity. So many farmers have shut down. Am I right? If the farmers are shut down, that means the supply is limited. So are you in a good position to sell those who are right now?
Yes.
Yes. Now, if you want to succeed, I'll share you the secret which big companies does it. When I do strategy with them, big companies do it. You have to keep two things in mind. One is differentiator. How are you different? Am I right? And two, you should always be value for the opposite person. Am I right? You should be always valuable. Like if you're coming to sell me broiler chicken, I would see why you. Why not he or she? Am I right? So what value are you bringing to me? Now, is value only in terms of price? Price is a dominant factor, right? What price are you giving me? But let me tell you, all the big companies never compromise on price. And that's why they are successful. Two things keep in mind. Avoid credit. Avoid credit and always find your market of your price. There is a market there. Are we together on this part? You should be different. Different can be providing service on time, providing clean chicken on time. Because there is a customer who's looking for clean chicken, healthy chicken, who is ready to give you that extra price. But we are not ready for it. So, considering the time, I would say that these are the takeaways. There is a much to do. And I would say that start finding the answer. What Mr. Gitao gave you the 1 hour initially, if you do it every month in your house, just do the brainstorming of what you are doing, your finances. I'll tell you, there's a good way to succeed in this business. Thank you.
Brother.
A good round of applause. Are we learning? Was it a productive session? Quick one. A girl finds a stone, takes it to the dad, asks the dad, how much do you think this is worth? The dad tells him $2. Then the dad tells her, probably, the guy is like, is that the best you have to offer? And the dad is like, take it to a farmer. The dad takes it to a farmer. The farmer tells, the best I can do for you is $3. The guy is like, I don't think that's the price I was looking for. The dad takes the stone, takes it to the teacher. The teacher gives her $5. But eventually, to cut the story short, the girl takes the stone to a precious stone store, a jewelry store. And first, the attendant is astonished. She's like, where did you find this stone? And the attendant is like, how much? You know, this time the conversation changes. And it's not now the girl who's asking the attendant, how much are you giving me for this stone? The attendant is the one who's like, how much are you willing to sell me this stone? And the girl is like, $100? And the guy is like, yes, I'm willing to pay. What I'm just trying to summarize with what our strategists are saying is, you need to understand, number one, the value. You cannot talk about, you first and foremost, you need to understand the value of what you're selling. So you need to put it to the right standard. Secondly, are we taking our products to the right places? Because, when I was having a conversation with that group, they were saying, see at your market, haiko, but market haifiki bei yetu. But also the question comes in, sisi tunafika bei ya market. Quality, what is our quality assurance? Anyway, I don't want to stop. It's not my session. I want to call the next speaker. That's it. Thank you so much.
Santi. Good afternoon.
I'm sorry, masaa imefika karibu ya lunch imepita mkoja. I'll be so quick, 5 or 7 minutes I'll be through with you. My name is Anthony Bugo Mugala. I'm the sales rep for BigKuku Feeds. Hii chakula imeingia hapa mwezi wa 4 hapo katikati. The best thing is the quality of the feed. We can assure you is the best. You can predict ikiwa hii kuku leo, I'm slaughtering at a certain date. I've had interactions with several farmers. Wengine wanasema bei yenu iko juu, lakini wao unataka bei kwende chini, na mimi ni compromise on quality. I don't want to compromise on quality. What I can assure you is of my quality, but I can also assure you of my price. Because we want you to make money. We are giving you value for money. Sitaki nikupee kuku hapo utoe na wiki 7 ama wiki 6 huko. Actually, the maximum you can go with my feed is 40 days. Let me give you a brief history of BigKuku Feeds. Because this feed was started, this company was started in China back in 1985, and they have now expanded to other areas. In Africa, they started in Tanzania 2018. At the end of 2018, they wakaanza to produce feeds. Initially, it was slow because of their pricing, but eventually they have conquered the market in Tanzania, and they are now expanding to not only in Kenya. Maybe my next you go to Uganda, you find BigKuku in Uganda, you find it in Zambia and other countries. Because we want to give our farmers quality. Some farmers have to discuss who are talking about the quality of the feeds could be compromised. For us, the quality is the key. That's what we are selling. And the other thing is we have several types of feeds that we are having. We have the broiler starter, which is you are supposed to feed it from day 1 to 21. It's a 3-phase feed. Ni chakula ambao unalisha mara 3 depending on where you are selling your chicken. We are also broiler grower. This one starts at day 22. Some companies in Kenya who are doing the 3 feeds, their broiler grower is starting at around 12 weeks or 12 days or 14 days. For us, we have to start at 28 days. Majority of our farmers ambao wanauza piece not ile ya package, they are slaughtering between day 22 to 28. This one is not a lie, it's in the market, people have experienced this. And ukiachilia ifike day 28, hiyo bungi inakuta iko 1.7, 1.8, 1.7 or live weight, not slaughter weight. By the time it is, you proceed now from here to pellet. By the time uko day 35, hiyo kuku live weight ametoka 2.3, 2.4. By the time you are proceeding to the 40, kuku akona 3.something kgs. So most of them do not go to the 40 because by day 36, 37, kuku ni mkubwa zaidi. There's a farmer of mine whom I started with ambaye analisha package. I wanted to do an experiment with her. She slaughtered at day 40. So average weight ilikuja 2.4. Slaughter, carcass weight. That was my first customer, and she was over the moon. The good thing, she made the market at 290. So alitengeneza pesa mzuri, although the price was alikuwa anasema ingefika 320, ningetengeneza pesa zaidi. So the quality is good. That one I can assure you for the farmers who have been asking about the chakula mpya inakuja na tuijui nini. What now you get convinced, the farmers now complain, like my friend, he's hiyo pellet yako iko juu sana. Sikio mama nani? Yeah, pellet yako iko juu. But you want me to reduce the price of the feed, and then nikupatia quality gani? Mzuri pia, si ndio? Upaka ufike bei pia. Nikupatie quality na wewe ufike bei. Sawa sawa? So these are the kind of the feeds we have. We also have layers feed. Ambayo inaanza, all our feeds comes in clams and pellet. For chicks it's in clam form. For layers it is also in pellet. And for layer ambayo inataga mayai kianza kutoka from week 17 hapo or week 16, 17. It's also in clam form. Unapea hadi 57. From there, that's when we give mash from week 57. Kuna sasa lady hapa aliuliza ati whether tunakopesha. We do not. That's why the banks are here. Equity simu hapa. Jamani msaidia hawa kama walishe kuku. Hatutaki kila jamani kupigia mwingine amezima, mwingine anachukua, mwingine hachukui. Day in day out. When will you say? You're not. So please, Equity Bank, support our farmers. They support us, we support you. And farmers ukipewa pesa, usiende kununua shamba, don't divert that money. Weka wa kuku. Thank you so much. My name is Anthony, and I hope you buy more feeds. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anthony. This time I'm going to call the next partner. I'm supposed to be presenting. Next partner, Glory yako.
I'd like to ask Eugene to come. And let's get our phones out, because I just want us to do a quick exercise. There's quite a lot of conversations that we had about training. And there were suggestions that we need to work with the government towards getting us extension service officers to come to our farms to do site visits. But even as we are doing that, every other morning when you wake up and you're stuck, who do you call? Or who do you ask?
We are a small team of myself, standing here. And there's a gentleman called George at the back, if you see him. And we bring a solution to a space where it's always changing, it's a dynamic space. And I believe all of you would agree when I say that information is power. Knowing something is very important. So this is a new age of farming. And I'll start with this quote. To be a farmer is to be a student forever, for each day brings something new. And being the humans that we are, or in the human condition that there is, we can't know everything. And that's where we bring technologies or emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, to bridge gaps. I'm stating facts. The farmer or farmers are single-handedly the most important people for the future of this country and the world. Why do I say so? It's because you cannot feed people with words. I'll give you a perfect example. Pilau, minji, kukuchoma, people getting full. Is there anyone who's starting to feel satisfied? No. Just build a mental picture. Chapatis, mandazi na chai. Is there anyone? No? But you see, the truth of it is, the politicians will tell you words. A lot of the world will come and give you words, but the people who actually do the thing that needs to be done are sitting here today. Am I right or wrong?
You are.
So the future is in agriculture. The future is in farming. The future is in poultry farming. Now I'll give you an example. I am an investor in your industry. How so? You might wonder. I currently live in Kakamega. I am from the Luya community. As you might all be aware, we are very, very well known for loving our chicken. I've eaten enough chicken, as you can very comfortably see. So some of the solutions that I bring to you are advised by my investment in your industry and in other industries in the agricultural space. The problem that we're trying to solve is, while there are advancements in the artificial intelligence space, and there's a question that I will respond to thereafter, that is, what is artificial technology? But while there are advancements, and the technology, immense potential for improving various aspects of life and significant portions of populations, particularly farmers in rural and underserved areas, we are unable to access, or you guys are unable to access, some of these technologies and resources. Now I'm going to ask, how many of you have encountered a technology called ChatGPT? Show of hands. ChatGPT, some of you who have used it, I mean, that's fantastic. ChatGPT is a large language model which uses what we refer to as artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is basically an algorithm or a way to attempt to mimic the human condition or the human mind using a computer. So how do we think the way we think? How do we process information? So why does farming need AI? Farming is as old as human civilization, but like every other industry, it needs to evolve to meet growing demands and surmount challenges such as climate change, labor shortages, and market volatility. You might seek the advice of your neighbor in books and or even occasional agricultural officers, but these sources can be inconsistent, expensive, or outdated. We need something better, and that's where we bring in ChatMtaani. ChatMtaani leverages cutting-edge AI technology to empower you with real-time, actionable insights directly on your feature phones or smartphones. And we will be running a demonstration of how this works shortly. ChatMtaani is an innovation and a solution designed to bridge the digital divide by making the power of artificial intelligence accessible to farmers in rural areas. So I'll give you a scenario where you have your smartphone and you want to find something out from Google about your day-old chicks. Unfortunately, on that day, Safaricom has done that thing with your data, where it has taken all of it very suddenly. So you have no more access to the internet on that level. So what do you do? This is the solution that we're bringing. There's some real benefits. It can help you increase your yield, treat diseases early because you can identify some of your symptoms, and even guide you on what prices to sell your products, and etc., etc. I'm moving quite quickly so that we can get to the demo, and it is also pocket friendly. For your usage, we are only expecting you to pay standard SMS charges, so no more than that. This is our team, as I had mentioned before. Now, to the demo, and the most important part. How many of you have your phones on you? You kindly pull out your phones. This is what we refer to as a shortcode, and this is a Safaricom shortcode. So if you have a mobile device on you, whether or not it is a smartphone or a feature phone, kindly take it out. I'm hoping also you have just a little bit of airtime. A 5 bob or a 10 bob will do. Now, kindly send the words hi to that number. First one to do it.
Are we all trying it?
Guess a high five.
The first one to get a response.
Anyone? Have we sent the message?
Yes.
22338. Have we gotten a response? Two 3348. Have you received? No, not yet? Again, what is supposed to follow is a message which asks you to put in your full name. Has anyone gotten to that point? Oh, okay, Zimifika. So for my apologies, sorry. So for the ones who have received the message, it says hi. How can I
To get started,
enter
enter your full name.
your full name? Kindly enter your full names and click send again. Don't mind the charges, it's just a standard SMS cost of 1 shilling. Once you receive your response, kindly just shout from where you are. Alright, seeing as we may be experiencing mild delays from Safaricom, kindly continue interacting with the system. So we're supposed to, ideally it is a chat environment. It is AI powered and it is meant to mimic the human brain in its responses and in how it delivers information to you. Which means as soon as you receive the response from, I believe someone has already gotten a message, you can proceed by asking it any question in English or Kiswahili, and it will respond to you appropriately. Due to our time constraints, I think I'm going to allow you to play around with it. As you receive your responses, as you move on, it will get faster and faster. Hopefully Safaricom will stop malfunctioning. But as you receive it, kindly play around with it. We will be requesting or asking for feedback thereafter. At least through a survey that will be sent through BigKuku. And I think I want to stop there. Thank you very much for your attention. We look forward to partnering with you in information into the future. Information is the most important thing. When you know what you're supposed to be doing and when you're supposed to be doing it, the parameters of your operations become simpler. The turnaround time for some of your processes becomes simpler. And the most important thing about this solution is no matter where you are, as long as you have a little bit of airtime, you have the power of artificial intelligence available to you on your smartphone or your feature phone. Thank you very much.
It's an interesting application. You can ask it, what do I do with chicken? Or how do I farm? Or what do I do on day 1 of farming? On day 5, where do I buy chicken? What is the meaning of my name? Any question. So today being the very first day we are running it, we expect a few issues, but as we go around it, we'll get better. All the information that you're sharing with us, including maybe feedback about what you might want, we'll capture it and we'll also be engaging with you as we go along. Now, it's already 3 p.m. I would like to give this last chance to Equity Bank. My good friend Andrew is the person I have engaged with at the Ruaka branch. But Andrew has brought together a big team, and they do have quite a lot of products that are specific to agriculture. They may not be able to address the pain points today, because today was about learning the challenges. But we shall sit together, and whatever we come up with, you shall bet it shall be towards resolution of the challenges that we are facing. So I would like to introduce Andrew, who will then introduce the team. And let's give the Equity team a hand of applause.
Time has really gone, and I have a big team. I don't think I give everyone a chance to say hi, but they can start very fast. They just wave to few people, and then we proceed. My team, kindly. Yes, now this is the team that I have. You can see we had prepared to make sure that we interact with you, so that we can educate you on the solutions that we have and what how we can partner together. But because of time, it's only 2 or 3 who will say hi to you and probably share briefly with you maybe what we can do for you. So my team is okay. That's it. Thank you. As a bank, I can say that food and agriculture is an area that we are really focusing on. You know what has happened since COVID. Things have not been very good.
not only in agriculture, but in all businesses. As a result, Equity Bank came up with a plan that we call African Recovery and Resilience Plan. Under that, we have some pillars that we identified that we need to support so that we can support our economy to recover. Food and agriculture is our #1 pillar. I decided to mention that because we are farmers. So we are putting a lot of emphasis when it comes to food and agriculture. You realize that we are coming up with products and solutions to farmers. Food and agriculture being our number one pillar. We will sum it up, but we will share our contacts. Maybe after lunch we will interact. You can ask us several questions. So for now, allow us to be very brief, kindly, because of time. It's so unfortunate that this topic, it was the most sensitive. Everyone was mentioning about finances, but unfortunately we are going to, we have a very short time, and we are hungry. I know our concentration will not be as efficient come the rest who have spoken, but it's okay. So I will welcome Anne to say hi to you and to just maybe give you a summary of the kind of products that we have for farmers. After that, I will guide the next person to speak. So Anne, kindly. Please also be brief. We will interact later.
Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Anne Kimani. In Equity Bank, I serve as a relationship officer in charge of food and agriculture. And I will take a very short time, very short, at least 2-3 minutes, if you'll allow me. Someone asked, are you sure that the bank is part of a solution for farmers? And there was another question that I would really like to tackle on the cycle of the loan payments for the farmers. These are very important areas when it comes to agriculture. I understand that as farmers dealing with broilers, we cannot pay our loans monthly, right? So the bank has already come up with a product where we can fashion a staggered payments, where as an agriculture person, you don't have to pay your loan monthly. You can pay within 6 weeks to 2 months, all right? So there's that product. When you visit the branch, just ask the officer to give you a staggered payment, okay? The other point is, are you sure that the bank is part of the solution? Yes. I understand that in agriculture, especially in broilers, that the prices of feeds are very high, right? And the margins are becoming smaller, right? So the bank has come in to finance you so that you can increase the volume of operations. So it does not mean that you quit farming. As our good friend mentioned here, wherever there is a problem, there is always a what?
Money.
There's always money, right? So that means if you're doing 1,000 birds and you're getting 20 shillings, 50 shillings per bird, what does it mean? You have to increase the number of birds you're rearing at every given time, right? So if people are quitting farming, like in the previous past, like last year, there was a lot of problem on food. Not for chicken, but for human beings, right? So watu walikuwa na complain the standards of living are very high, the prices of food imekuwa very high. But you're here as farmers. We have quick solutions. Broilers, within 35 days you're done, right? And we are here to sort out the problem of food security countrywide, even in the world. That is the topic today, right? So I believe that this is a problem, and when you come in as a bank, we can actually help you to expand, to do more things. Security ni lazima for any financial institution, right? Because if I give you $1 million today, I expect that in the next 35 days you will have harvested your bags. So I expect you to pay within a what? A short period of time. Of course, we can always give back the money so that you can invest more, right? But if you're going for long-term loans, Of course, you need a more permanent security, that is maybe property, land, like that. But for short-term loans, we will of course liaise with BigKuku to ensure that we support our farmers and see what product we can fashion so that to meet your needs, all right? Yeah, thank you.
You need to have a solution. Staggered payment. So not necessarily monthly loan payment, we can restructure. What we normally consider is the cash flows of the customer. And different businesses, they have different dynamics. So considering the cash flows, the cycle of your businesses, we can always have a discussion, the kind of repayment plan that we can give you. Thank you, and for expounding that. Still, when it comes to collateral, thank you for this interaction that we have had. It's feedback that we're getting from you, because it's an area that we really want to support. After this, we are also going to have our proposal, so that we can make sure that all the issues that you have raised, we can give solutions. Nowadays, we no longer give products. You know, Kitabu, we used to say we have agricultural loans, we have business loans, we have asset finance, very fixed terms and conditions. But nowadays, we are very flexible. Case-to-case basis, we make products for you. So don't worry, visit any branch that is near you, have a discussion, and I can assure you that we have a solution. You realize that you may not be accessing finances from different financial institutions because we don't know what is expected from you. So we normally have a team. Equity Bank, you must have had Equity Group Foundation, right? You know Equity Group Foundation? Nasikianga Wings to Fly. That is just one pillar of Equity Foundation. We have other pillars under that. And one, we have education. The team that deals with training, educating our customers, so on and so forth. So I will request Purity to come and introduce herself to you and maybe get the next thing. Thanks, Purity.
Thank you, Andrew. Good afternoon, team. I hope we are, at least we are learning, we are getting something from each and every one of us. I'm also learning a lot. By the way, my mom was a farmer of poultry. I think it's because of some of these challenges, but I'll try and see if we can revive that business bank. We are from Equity Group Foundation, which is an arm of Equity Bank, and we have a lot of education for all of us as farmers, because in that pillar, okay, let me just give an example with the group that I was in, the champions. I've realized also keeping records is a challenge. And in our trainings, what we normally do, we have 3 interventions that we normally give our customers. The first one is the financial planning and management, which is very key. In fact, I normally say it's like a basic skill that we need in our lives. How to manage the finances in your businesses, and how to manage your personal finances. You might say you yourself and everybody else overlooking you, unasema yote ni yangu. So the way you do the calculations, the records, the budgeting, yote inakuwa ni kama githeri. How we see githeri inakaanga. Simuona githeri? Mahindi, maharagwe, yote pamoja. So no, even if you're one person in 3, that is you with your expenses, your business with the expenses, and also your family, it's always good to separate those finances for business and also for, because I realized that was one of the challenges that many farmers were facing. So we normally train on, after the financial planning and management, we also do the training on entrepreneurship. Biashara zetu ni we are entrepreneurs, so we normally come now to the business, talk about, I've seen some, Robert has done a bit of diversification kwa biashara yake. Have we seen that? Not just rearing chickens or the birds, but he has done a lot from that. So we also come to the business, see how we can even support our farmers or even any other enterprise that you're dealing with to diversify, how to deal with crisis in their businesses, how to even be innovative in those businesses, and a lot more under the entrepreneurship training. Then lastly, we normally do digital training, whereby now
I've heard a number of us saying that getting market is a challenge, sindio? You're almost in all the groups, eh? Yeah, you find that market, yes, you have the product, but you don't know where to, maybe to take your chicks. So we normally train on how to digitize our businesses. And all businesses, at least they can be digital in a way or another. So sikusema, with my age, I don't think I can digitize my business, but we normally show you each business is unique and how we can even digitize that. Just the example we were told, the Uber people. Kitambo unatembea, unatumia boda, but the Uber came in. It's something digital because we use it on our phones. Also, our businesses can be digitized in one way or another. Apart from these trainings, by the way, they are free. They are paid for by the MasterCard Foundation. So it's just for you to enroll for our classes. We normally do them on a weekly basis, by the way. There's a register. What we'll do, we'll just pass it through so that we can just register ourselves. Maybe when we call you, you come for a class, you can benefit out of that. The other thing, I was hearing people saying about collaterals. We don't have collaterals. Collaterals is iko na mzee kutupatia ni shida. Maybe a solution of the table banking. I was trying to put it across. And most of the pamoja groups, we normally have that product in our bank. And whenever you visit, each customer mahali utataka kuingia Equity Bank, we have that pamoja officer. You can just request so that you can know the product. And here in pamoja, they normally don't request for those collaterals. Sawa. Unakuta the co-guarantee ship in your group. That is all they need. And with, whatever savings that you have, now that will qualify you for the amount that you want. The savings that you have will qualify at least 5 times your savings. And if you're doing a project together with the other members of the group, we call it chama financing, ama easy chama. And that product you can get financing up to 10 times of your savings. So inaweza kukusaidia because hapa collateral imagine. Just your savings and the guarantee ship in there in that group. Tuko sawa? Then lastly, we normally offer mentorship to our customers. We can maybe call you in a class just like this, or individual. You come down to your biashara or business, wherever you do your business, try and see identify the gaps that you have in your business and how we can even help you to close on them, or even guide you on how to do the same. Because one of the objectives of our trainings, we create jobs, because there's that challenge out there. And the moment you expand your business, of course you can't be in more than one place. Ukifungua another farm, or maybe the production has really grown, you need assistance. So you can create either employment directly or indirectly to our youths. Si tumeona kuna hiyo changamoto, wanasoma wanamaliza shule, but there are no white collar jobs. So we can try expand, at least to create a job, 1 or 2 or even more. So about digitization, so that even the farmers who come out of Ruiru can benefit from this. Then after that, we are able to do a follow-up on the same. So I believe that can work with us. See, tunaweza soma digital. Yes. So we have a WhatsApp group where you can discuss, agree on our best times. Then we are going to provide you with trainers who can do this, because we have a lot to learn. As I finish, I also had a challenge of insurance. Somebody suggested that we need to have a product on insurance for our flocks. It is there. And in our branches, we have a bank assurance officer. We also have contacts for them. So if you really want to have insurance for your flock, it is a necessity, because in businesses you have a lot of risks. And insurance is there to allow you to transfer the risk. When those diseases strike, your investment goes. But when you insure, you have a fallback position. So there is a way it is tailor-made, depending on the number of flocks that you have, and depending on how you place your cycles. And those insurance experts are able to understand how you do it, and they are able to give you a premium on the same. And we also engage the vets. We have the government vets for those of us who don't have individual vets, private vets. If you have your private vet, they have to be properly certified. If we have, allow them to value your flock. So it is already there, and we are able to share with you our insurance officer's number.
so that in case you need that insurance, we can be able to do that. You can get me Anthony's number so that we're able to share instantly. Kwa sababu in insurance, what is important is you need to understand what you're insuring, and you also need to understand the do's and the don'ts of the insurance, so that in case of a claim, your claim is able to be settled. And because I believe we are not letting our birds just free, if we follow the requirements that we are going to be given, the do's and the don'ts, then there is no reason why our insurance cannot settle our claims. Tuko pamoja? Most of the time settlement fails because we did not follow what we were expected to follow. If it is the biosafety issues, you have to take care of that. And you're able to sit down, have a one-on-one discussion with the insurance officer, get your flock insured, get your businesses insured, get your livestock insured, get your assets insured. Siapo iko sawa? And we'll also add some tips on that during the training, so that even as we go to choose the insurance, we are well informed. Nikimalizia, I want you to write the name GROW, G-R-O-W. Because what you have just done today is part of what we do during our mentorship sessions. Because you realize there are so many challenges that are facing businesses. Zingine ziko general, na zingine ziko specific. Hata sahi kuna mtu akona a very specific challenge, yenye angeweza to share into the group, but the challenge is there affecting the business. So after training, we do the mentorships, and during mentorship, we are able to sit down with you and see specifically what is bothering you in the business, and you are able to come up with a way forward for the same, so that you are able to move on. And as Andrew was saying, in our resilience and recovery plan, we have a lot of funds in the bank to give to you. And I would fear to say that if you have a good relationship with us, and a good relationship with us is a good account that you are banking your proceeds from the farming, and you pay your debts. When we reference from the CRB, you are good, we are able to give you some unsecured finances to boost your businesses. Up to about 1 million, you can get an unsecured facility. Then after that, you have grown to acquire assets, which we are also able to support you to acquire. Si tuko sawa hapo? So grow means your goals. What are your goals? It is good to set goals in this life. What do you want to achieve after doing the farming? Some goals are short term, others are medium term, others are long term. Si tuko sawa mpaka hapo? So what are you supposed to do so that you achieve your goals? So hiyo ni kujiita kama mkutano ukienda nyumbani. Ujiulize, do I have goals? What are my goals? What are my priority goals? Me, I've just seen opportunities today. Are you able to grab one? So you start by setting goals. Number 2, what is your current situation? R is reality. It is very important to know your reality today. Where are you in terms of your investment? Where is your business? How much value does your business have? If you have 2,000 birds, if you have structures, if you have assets, what is your worth today? It is important to know. What is your working capital cash? How many debts do you have? How much debts do you have? How much savings do you have? What resources do you have? Reality includes the resources. What skills do you have? So that unajua hapa ndio niko na pale ndio ninataka kufika. Then after that, you go to position number 3, the options and the opportunities. Whatever we are doing today, I believe is an opportunity to learn. And opportunities are so many because some of the opportunities we already have them, some of the opportunities are already in our hands. It is only us to realize the opportunities are there and we grab them because they say opportunities come once. Na zikipita hazirudi. So are you able to see the opportunities that are there? Opportunities could be skills. Opportunities could be that land that you have. Ukisikia mtu ni mkulima, some of us are farming in our own farms. And the farm is quite large compared to what we are utilizing it on. So that's an opportunity. The resources, you are there, you are strong, you still young. Sio ni mtu mzee hapa, hata ule anasikia ni mzee, sio mzee, bado tuko na miaka mingi ya kufanya kazi. So those are opportunities. You have partners here. There are those people who are dealing with feeds. We have the BigKuku, we have Equity Bank, we have others who may or may not be represented here. How are you benefiting from what they are doing? We have consultants here and out there. If you don't know a consultant, somebody here knows a consultant who can deal with the problem that you have. Because in our trainings and mentorship, at times we may not have that solution, but we may know somebody who can be able to help you in that challenge. So we link you up with that person who is able to assist you.
So go look out. What are the options that you have? What are the opportunities that you have? Have you utilized them? Lastly, you come up with a way forward. People will advise you, we will train you, but the business belongs to you. The goals are yours. So it's upon you to make the decisions, and it will be proper if you make informed decisions. And if you lack money, be our customer, work with us. We are going to ensure that you are there. Mwisho kabisa, wakati wanaonaga mugambo wa murimi. Nani amewahi enda mugambo wa murimi? Nani angependa kwenda mugambo wa murimi? Kaa vizuri na sisi, if you are a farmer, let's train you, let's mentor you. Tutahakikisha utakaa na kimiti, so long as you are doing farming, and you are sure that you can be, for example, to other people who want to do business in agriculture. And as somebody said, the next generation of millionaires or even billionaires will be doing what we call food and agriculture, because we cannot survive without eating. So hiyo biashara haianguki. Let's not see the negative side. Our consultant here said, we mostly like seeing what we do not have, other than seeing what we have. So we need to hear appreciative inquiry. Ask yourself, what is it that I have? Other than the norm, where we see the challenge, the impossibility, the what I cannot be able to do, start by seeing what you have. You already have a structure to put chicken. You already have a market. However inconsistent or however it may be not very stable, you already have a market. I don't think it is a closed market such that you cannot do 6,000, you give him 2,000, you give him 500, you give another one 1,500. So appreciative inquiry. What is it that is in your hands? Wale tunaenda kanisa, Musa aliuliza uko nani? Siangalie chenye uko nayo alafu utumie kwanza to the maximum. Penye uko na gap, we are here to hold your hands together with the partners, and for sure you are going to succeed. Asanteni sana. Please fill your details in our register, it's coming round. Then as we take our lunch, if you have a personal question that is brief, you can ask. If not, feel free to call ourselves. I'm going to share my number. 0763 270 364. In case you need insurance, we can also discuss so that I connect you with the insurance person so that you're able to have a discussion, because insurance is specific to specific farmers. Thank you.
Let's give her the info. Now we are going to take our lunch. Then I'll invite the CEO, Mr. Stanley, to give us closing remarks. So what you're going to do is that we're going to walk. We'll just exit, just take the staircase. We'll go to first floor. It's just the next floor after this. And on your right, there will be Kevin. Kevin probably can wait from there. So Kevin will be holding food cards. Will be holding food cards. That is your access to the restaurant that has got a buffet prepared for us. So once you get to, actually we'll be standing at the door, but I will probably request, we are at the door, and there will be somebody to direct you at just to the entrance of the restaurant. You go to the buffet section with that food card. That gives you license to eat any dish that you may prefer. And I think with that, I'll invite Mr. Stanley to close for us. Stanley.
And because we are all business people, and our needs are different, I want to actually officially invite you to our new offices. Come, let's sit down. But even as you're coming, I'll have sat down with Equity Bank. We will have a product ready for you. I'll have sat down with Baku, with Makimoshire, and so many other partners to address some of the challenges. And so for me, my presentation is pretty much our new process flow. We are no longer receiving chicken slaughtered from the backyard. We know for a fact that that is a deteriorating process, and even by the law. I think by last year, November, the law was passed disallowing farmers from slaughtering in the backyards and transporting this chicken. So it's just a matter of time that this matter becomes permanent. So what I just want to introduce is just a video of how our new process flow looks like. And then to maybe just highlight, chicken goes well with potatoes. So now there is a whole new opportunity for you as a farmer to start farming potatoes, because sooner or later we are open to taking up potatoes. We currently buy 4.5 tons every week, and we are looking for more. We've just closed not mentioned, but we've closed 2 major companies. One of them we've supplied over 13 of their branches, and they have quite a lot. And we are also partnering in the market side with companies that are also growing in terms of the opening up of their restaurants, so that we can be able to address most of their challenge. This market is dominated by 2 main players, QMP and Kenchik. There is always room for a third. If my friend had more time, he would tell you in India, the number of competitors, I mean, we are in such a lucrative market. It's in the hundreds, if not thousands. Water companies will start, and the next one is a water company, right to medicine, something that we only reserve to very few companies. So what I want to show you is just pretty much where we are located now. Come, ndio usikue tulikuambiwa. I know we've just interacted with you here for this day, and it's a long day. Just come and see what we've done in terms of addressing some of the challenges that were raised last time. That issue of cold room is no more, and we are able to offer this service. For those who believe in, you probably see our truck, our cold room truck just at the entrance, or for those who've seen it as they come in. That's also part of the solutions we've done. We have partners that we are working with in terms of live bird collection. So we do have a lorry to carry your live birds. And even not only that, whenever we receive your chicken, at minimum 2,500, we'll pay you on the spot the minute umekuja. Ukaona ile process kuku yako inafanyiwa, so that even as you're forming your mind about the quality of the chicken we are supplying, you know, yenyewe nimetoka hapa. And I have people here who can testify that we have paid millions of shillings consistently. I don't want to belabor the point. Let me just show you what it is. So whenever we collect chicken from your farm, they come to a slaughterhouse that we partner with. You see this one? So we strive to only have 13 birds in every crate to avoid congestion. Then when they are slaughtered, they arrive at our new location, where they find about 20 people who are ready to work on your chicken. So we employ on the deboning section about 10 women and about 5 gentlemen. On the potato side, we have 10 that arrive there on a daily basis. And in the process of seeing how we can add more. In the factory, we have 20 that serve this production. And what they are doing is how we are cutting up the chicken into parts, into piglets, wings. So look at the size of our cold rooms now. We can store almost 40 plus tons of chicken. And for us to be consistent, we have to be able to fill that chicken in that cold room, and then tomorrow morning is when we are now supplying the market. So there has been major improvements since what you're seeing here. So for those of you who are looking for cold storage services, we do have them for, we offer cold storage as a service, but only for chicken we've slaughtered. Chicken that we can verify where it came from, how it was slaughtered. And at the end of the day, should you also want to sell this chicken as yourself because you have a relationship with a customer, you're welcome to work with us. That's our potato processing area. And so just like we have BigKuku, we have a new brand we are calling Adash potatoes. keys, because there are different customers prefer those two. And our goal is to consistently increase our production, both for the chicken as well as for the potato production, and then move beyond this. In the next couple of months, we shall start opening restaurants so that we can now also cook the chicken and fries that we have. We've been receiving guests, and even when you do come, this is where we shall have our engagement. And so just like we introduced a standard at the BigKuku depot, we are welcoming you to come and see yet another standard in terms of processing. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much for gracing our occasion. Without further ado, I would like to invite my chairman to close this meeting. And then from here on, we'll just enjoy a good meal served by a good host, Rainbow Resort. And I'm not sure whether Tabitha is around, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yangu ni machache, ni kurudisha wewe shukrani kwa wale wote, all those who took their time to come and be with us today, and those who have appreciated the gesture. For those who have supported us, Equity and the others, we really appreciate your time and all the information that you have given out to us, the farmers. As we move from this place, ningetaka kusema usitoke tu, utoke na kitu hapa. At least if you had a problem, like our friend has said, make that problem source of money. Asanteni sana, karibu. Like Robert has said, you can be a farmer. At the same time, you can be a businessman dealing in kukus. You make your money in the farm, make your money in the shop. At the same time, kuna hii shida ya employment. You can be an employer to your own children or to the kids of your brothers or your village mates and the like. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Enjoy your lunch as we go.
So the conversation, this is just a start. And we've seen the pain points, this is just a start of bigger things. And my hope is that since you've committed to be here every step of the way, we are going to work together. Make a point as our CEO has made a clarion call. Make a point of coming to the office. Let's have a conversation. But with that, I ended that. I want to thank every single person. I want to thank, of course, starting with our chairman, the CEO, Mr. Stanley, and all the management team of BigKuku, and also Greater Results and you farmers for gracing this occasion. It's been a pleasure. And I'll end with a word of prayer as we also give thanks for the lunch. And then we can call it a Friday. It's happy hour. It's almost approaching. So let's give that. My God, my Father, I want to thank you because you've been faithful. You've been with us since we commenced this meeting in the morning. You've been with us till this hour. You've protected us. You've guided us. And I want to thank you for the discussions that we've been able to have, my God. We do want to make the affirmation that yes, the plans of the mind belong to man, but the answer of the tongue belongs to my God. And what we want to commit is that every single discussion we've had in this place, my God, you place all those plans into your hand. You know the desire of every single farmer, every single one of us, my God. You know what we desire, you know as at our point of needs, my God. And what I want to declare, and what I want to affirm is that you meet us at our point of need, and the doors and the opportunities that we are looking at, at opening up or at scaling, my God. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of greater things, my Father. Because your promise to us is a promise of blessing, my God. I want to bless every single family of every single individual in this place, my God. Thank you because you have always appointed us. because we were you called us, at least called in my father in different areas of practice, my God. Because you're faithful, we rest assured in your plan, we rest assured in the fact that you've got good plans for us and greater things are awaiting us for as we're going to be faithful in you, my God. And as we go to take our lunch, we bless it. We give thanks for the provision, and may it be to edify our bodies, my Father. And as we go to the close of the day, we always walk with you, we always guided by you, we always stand firm in your word, my Father. We pray this believing in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. To close, God bless.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, so please, you can start by telling us who you are and what you do.
My name is Masi Wamboi, and I am a proud poultry farmer. My farm is based in Maragua, in Murang'a County.
How long have you been a poultry farmer?
I've been in broiler farming for the last 6 years or so, because I ventured into it in 2016.
And then I think from our little conversation off the mic, you told me that this is the second time you've come to the BigKuku Conference.
Yes.
And probably you can give us your why do you attend, and for this conference in 2020, what were your expectations and have they been met? And what areas of improvement do you feel probably for them, as you leverage on your expectations, do you feel the one is around?
Okay, the last time I attended the conference, I was just eager to know what new was coming to the market, and knowing the director of the company, Mr. Stanley Kitao, I find him very visionary, and I just like his ideas, which I think are very unique, and it's like he's introducing something different to the market. So the why I'm here today, one is because I joined this BigKuku community, which I also found new things I didn't know about the community on WhatsApp, and I think I just want to. I think it's an eagle, and I want to fly with the eagles because I know there's so much opportunity in this business. Only that somebody has not risked to think outside the box. So I just want to partner or rather join.
Has it met today's conference? Has it met expectations, and if not, what are areas of improvement? Or even if it's met, what do you feel we need to scale up in terms of improvement?
One, from the information that I got from WhatsApp, I saw it's like there's so many other services besides selling chicken that you're offering. One, I think because you mentioned about our challenges as farmers, and the market being the main one. So when I was coming, I wanted to know how is this new way that we can market our chicken, what opportunities are there for farmers, and so that was my main expectation when I was coming. What I can say, I've gone home with that is, another player joining the market. The way we have in Kenji, I guess this is another player that's growing coming up. Only that now there's so much information that wasn't shared, which I guess he opened the door and said we are welcome as farmers for the one-on-one discussion. So I think I can continue the conversation.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, there's a farmer who might be on the other side of the camera and who might be listening to you and probably take a word to the farmer. And of course we have partners. The partners are the ones who collaborate with this journey. So the camera. And and I want to that particular farmer might be listening to you, being that you had the experience, and the partners who will collaborate in this. I want to the farmer, I want to the partners. What would you tell them?
For farmers, what I want to tell you is the broiler industry is changing. I think it's going to be a revolution. Things will not be the same again. There's so much hope, by the way. And I think the good thing is we can afford to risk again. And every day, let me start. I'd want to encourage the farmer who want to join into this business and advise them that there's a lot of potential. With what the BigKuku have brought to us farmers, I think they're willing to do things differently. And for us farmers, what we need to do is just to join in with the hope that things will not be the same again, the way we've been used to. I think it's not going to be the traditional way, the way we've been used to, selling our chicken in the open market, where we risk it. At times we are not sure whether the prices are going to fluctuate. There's a lot of hope, especially for even the young, small farmers who are growing, where they are not accommodated by the big players. There's a lot of hope. Come in and give it your all. You will not be disappointed. And to the partners, I'd want to thank you for this opportunity that you are offering. One is to thank Mr. Stanley because of the way he's just risked it to think outside the box. He's a man with a big brain, he's very visionary. And one thing I can tell you is that keep dreaming and you'll have a team behind you. Even when it doesn't make sense, you continue doing it. And one day it will definitely pay off. And thank you again for the platform that you are laying for farmers. I think this is one of a kind, and I know it will go far. I don't know.
Fine, thank you. Yeah, so I think we can start from you telling us who you are and what you do.
Good. My name is Eugene Odaga-Masende. I am a partner with BigKuku. We basically are developing an AI solution for general purpose, but also focus on poultry farming called ChatMtaani. And it's a partnership which was born out of necessity. I think it's about time that we revolutionized the poultry space, the agricultural space using emerging technologies.
I want you to talk about technology. And if we look at the landscape of poultry farmers in this country, most of them are not like the youngsters who would say have embraced technology, to a bigger scale. Most of them are our parents particularly. And the whole question that I would still want to pose is, what is the gap? When you talk about farming and technology, where do they meet? It is that nexus. Number two, what are the gaps that you've identified, and what are the solutions you're bringing to the table?
Okay.
And give us a glimpse of the future. What are we looking at coming to the future? 10 years into starting this ChatMtaani, what are we looking at?
Okay, that's an excellent question. So I think half of the conversation is basically around why agriculture, as it sits now in the Republic of Kenya, is moving slowly. And I think some of it it's been overlapped, so it's been bypassed by technologies. People don't see where it meets. And I think one of the things that ChatMtaani is trying to do is there's an information gap between the people up here with the laptops and the people down here with the kabangas. And we sit in that space where we want to allow people, the common mwananchi, with access to a feature phone. As long as you can send an SMS, you have a little bit of airtime, a shilling or two, then we can allow you to be able to access the power of artificial intelligence, and more specifically using LLMs. Those are large language models, artificial intelligence. The future of AI is massive. I think it goes without saying. Whether you integrate AI in the food industry, whether you integrate it in the automotive industry, I think we've seen the difference that it makes. And AI will come to change the way that we perceive, the way that we receive our data, the way that we process our data, the way that we process our food, the small parameters that make a large difference in agricultural processes. That's the space that we will be entering. And yeah, I mean, AI is the future. Might as well embrace it.
I think the beauty of it is that, you see, much of this technology has been to the disposal of course, the guys who are here, the laptops, the guys who got internet and Wi-Fi. The fact that now you are coming to bridge that gap of information literacy to the guys, we look at it from an African, context whereby technology might not be, in terms of accessibility to technology, might not be up there, and bridging that gap, I think that's what makes the difference. And when you talk about technology, I think we can never exhaust this conversation. But I think you really hit the right spot in terms of somebody understanding where you're coming from. And for me, I think it's to appreciate you so much for what you guys are doing. At least you have the mirroring of the farmer. When you're popale chini, you've had a dissection of understanding who they are. And all the best as you grace this up.
Thank you very much. I think maybe just a final word. If you're interested in the solution, it's a very interesting thing. It's a curious thing. If you're interested in how AI works integrated with SMS, you can visit our website. That's www.chatmtaani.com. You'll get some information there, or you can just go directly on your smartphone or your feature phone. You can send a message using the shortcode 23348. Just start with a hi, and the rest of it will follow.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Masinde. Check it. Cheers.
Good convo.
Hey, it seems as if the quagmire in the poultry industry is that it's all problems and there seems to be no silver lining. So, what are the solutions? How can someone be part of that solution? And now that's where coming in the front. Now I'll give you an opportunity now to escape on the solutions bit of for farmers, is it all grey or is there a silver lining to poultry farming? So, uniambia tukiwa ready.
Nimechana nywele kweli.
Wanakutengeneza. You make sure that you look good. What was you do?
The shabam. So let's do it later. That's okay? Yeah. No, we can run it.
Hi, good afternoon. I think it's already evening. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Yes, it's evening already.
It's already evening.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I can request that you introduce yourself and probably what you do for the audience to know a little bit of you.
Thank you very much. My name is Robert Mushiri. I am a poultry enthusiast. I love chicken and everything to do with chicken. I've been around the industry for the last 22 years. Could be that is half my life. Whether in a breeding company or in a breeding environment, in a feed milling company, in a hatchery environment. But as we speak, I own one of the franchise for BigKuku in the heart of Nairobi. So because there was I found a need that chicken needed to be brought down to the level of the commoner
instead of people thinking that chicken is for the fat cats and it's for the rich, super rich, which is totally untrue. And so that's what I do. I love chicken.
I like the fact, I think, we have rainmakers, but I feel as if I'll call in the solution makers, because we seem to have a solution for these guys who are down there. And my big Q&A, what I was picking up from this conference we've had today is that every single farmer is crying about problems. There seems to be like, there's no silver lining in poultry farming. And my big question is there a silver lining in poultry? Do we have solutions? Is there a solution? Can you be a farmer and be happy and be successful? Being a poultry farmer in this country. So probably tell us about the solutions.
Let me tell you, I can tell you for free that the future is poultry. The future is chicken. Because with the dwindling grazing lands and the climate change, the future of the animal protein in our diets cannot be sustained by any other animal but the chicken only. Because the advantages of keeping chicken is how acceptable chicken is across the religions, across cultures, and the chicken can adapt to almost every climatic weather pattern, because you will find chicken in the Giriama village at the coast, you will find chicken in the highlands of Aberdares, and even at the lakeside, and of course the Kakamega, where their love for chicken is world known. So you can imagine, this is so unique that a chicken will adapt to all this, even Ukambadi, where they breed so freely. So I'm telling you, the pull that makes people, should make people trust in the chicken and depend on it, is because it's acceptable, it is easy to rear, it requires small space and small cycle turnaround time. In few weeks you have your ready chicken. So this is why I tell you there's so much to bank on chicken, and many people who are now looking, sharp investors, they're investing big in chicken, be it in the breeding or processing or franchising, and this is the way. So there's future, and there's a lot of hope for the poultry farmer, as long as now you move with the tides and offer, look at the problems, as one of the speakers said here, is that the problems will be the source of our success. We should look for problems and offer solutions to them, and there we will be home and dry.
Probably my last but not least question. I want you to demystify between broilers and kienyeji. It's always been based on that kienyeji is always the nutritious option. I want you to demystify that, because you spoke about broiler and I was like, wow, people need to hear this information. So last but not least, tell people about broiler chicken.
Let me tell you, a broiler is a chicken. So if you're looking for a chicken, a broiler qualifies to be on your list. But what has happened is the hybridization. And it is common sense that we have hybrids in maize, hybrids in Frisian cows, hybrids in cabbages and tomatoes. So what makes you comfortable eating a hybrid Kenya seed maize, and you are not comfortable eating a hybrid chicken? You're not afraid of you taking milk from a hybrid Frisian cow, but again you are afraid of taking a chicken. So it is a science. It is anybody who cares to learn how breeds are improved for specific reasons, be it weight gain, production of eggs, resistance of disease. This is common sense. So I would want people to know that it is from pure lines of kienyeji chicken, pure lines, crossbred, to bring a hybrid which now gains weight fast. And so it's a real chicken.
It's improved kienyeji per se. It's been made more.
Yes, it's from kienyeji, because God created all kienyeji's, and then we keep on improving and mixing them to get hybrid cows, hybrid chicken, hybrid tomatoes. We never made anything on our own, but we mix what God had made to get hybrids of anything. So this is a chicken that responds to good management and nutrition.
Amazing.
So with these two, good environment, which means the feed plus genetics, is now how you get to a broiler that can mature in 35 days, 40 days. And this is true. If you even know that there are maize that grow in 3 months, and nobody fears to roast them. Yes.
So I think, thank you so much, Mr. Robert. You opened a whole discussion about sustainability, and we cannot exhaust that whole entirety. But it's nice listening to you. Thank you for demystifying those facts. It's a pleasure. Thank you for gracing this event, and looking forward to working together. Thank you so much.
Asante.
Cheers. Hi, good evening. Please tell the audience who you are and also what you do.
My name is Alice Wamboi. I work for Equity
Bank. The major question, we've had the problems of farmers, and it seems to be like, that's the mountain that they are facing.
Yes.
And, my big, Q&A is that, why are they, they seem to be directionless, and you guys are coming in as partners. That's how you identify as well. You partner with these people in finding solutions. And, when the farmer cries this too much and talks about, it seems there's no direction, it seems there's no path for them. As partners, how are you doing to elevate their pain points? Where are you coming in? As, you've identified yourself as Equity Bank. What are we looking at? Because the mountain of problems seem unsurmountable to the farmer. Nobody seems to be listening or probably even taking a notice. So where are you coming in to elevate? What's the scale of how much are you able to really take off? The farmers, plate so that he can concentrate on his core job, which is actually getting us high quality chicken.
In the current situation, the inflation has gone very up, and the cost of feeds, the cost of living has gone up as well. So most farmers are not able to take the farming as they're supposed to. They were doing it, they dropped, but the bank has come up with a product where they can partner with the farmers. We finance them, they rear the chicks all up to maturity age, and once they sell to you, you make sure you also direct the funds to us. We get our share, then they get the remaining part of it. With that, they will continue.
So I don't want to say that the financial part comes without saying, but beyond the finances, because either way, so the only market players in the finance market here. Why should a farmer choose Equity all about? Why Equity? What makes you different? What are you offering to the clients that just sets the pace for you guys?
Why Equity is because before we finance them, we also have training, we have a foundation on financial partnership in terms of training. We train them from the basics of budget all the way to the usage of the money. So before they get the money, they have the information based on the financial returns they get from it. Then from there, before they take loan, they are able now to make decision. Once I take this loan, I'll be able to get this much, and this is how I will use the money. I will not be able to divert. I will pay up to what I'm supposed to. We also have insurance. We insure the farm in case of any emergency.
So I think you guys are doing an amazing job, and the fact that a farmer can get a whole package just beyond the money aspect of it, because I feel the money is not, it's not a solution. It's even how you're able to spend around it. The fact that you have a tailor-made solution that it's going to cushion the farmer around this. I think you guys are doing an amazing job, and thank you so much for relaying the information. Have a lovely day.
Financial training is free. So next time, invite us Q&A for
financial training.
Yes.
Okay. Looking at the school of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Salam. Sasa, I want to start with, I want everyone to introduce yourself and what you do.
My name is Florence Omo. I'm a chicken farmer.
You've been farming chicken for how long?
This is my second year.
Okay, so you are new, a new entry.
I'm a new entry.
Okay, amazing. What about you?
I'm Domoros.
Okay.
I'm a broiler farmer from
Umelea kuku how long?
for about 2 years.
2 years now. Pia wewe ni entry to the market. And interesting enough, Wetege venye mimi naijua, it's an upcoming residential, place. It's more of an urban more than it's more ushago. But you'll advise me probably unafanya kule mashinani. But when you talk about being farmers in Wetege, is it from an urban setting or is it from ushago setting? And if it's from an urban setting, how has it been? I want you guys to tell us, how has it been being chicken farmer for the last 2 years? You can start with you.
Wetege is like a mashago, but it's upcoming.
Yeah, okay.
We don't really have so those big spaces because it's like there are chickens in a plot. So you don't have to have so big spaces.
Okay.
What it takes, you to have the ikiagaya kuku.
Okay, okay.
You don't
the
need
chicken
a
house.
big,
Okay.
you
don't need a big space. Okay.
To start with. Yes.
Okay. What about you? How has it been, farming, doing poultry farming in Wetege? Being that, as you've said, there is no luxury of so much space. What does it take? What does it take to actually utalea kuku in an urban kind of a setting? Yeah.
For me, the plot is small. So we don't have, it's not, we don't have a spaces. So, tunajenga magorofa.
Oh, mnazikelea juu ya zingine. You go upwards. If you can't go vertically, unaenda juu.
Yeah, okay. And safari goes.
So, probably even out of curiosity, how many chicken are you rearing currently?
Okay, I started with 100 chickens for broilers.
Okay.
And 101 for layers.
Okay. And currently?
Currently, I have like 600 broilers.
Okay. What about, do you still keep layers?
Yeah, I still keep layers.
How many layers you have?
200.
200. Wow, so that's almost one triple, ingine double. That's amazing. What about you?
I started with 250, but currently I have 1,000.
Wow. And what are the challenges? Because at the end of the day, there has to be challenges of basically, especially being in an urban. What are the biggest challenges? Peru, you can start from here all over.
The challenges which are facing are one, financial, secondary, feeds.
Very expensive?
Yeah, prices is very high.
Okay.
And battery market.
Finding the right market for your product.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have a consistent market.
A consistent market for your product. Okay, amazing. Yeah, what about you? So what are the biggest challenges that you face?
Okay, the biggest challenge is we don't have that. We are not exposed to information. So we do it kienyeji way.
Okay, I like that.
In our own experience.
In your experience.
And others people experience.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
Okay. Then probably, hakuna mali ya kukosaji. But pia hamwezi kuwa mnafanya hii biashara bure. Hamwezi kuwa mnafanya hii biashara kama ileti unga. So what are the wins? Probably you can talk about the chicken. Why did you choose of all the business ventures you have done? Why choose chicken? What have you been able to do for you? And I want to encourage you. Do anybody want to?
For me, nikipenda kulea kuku juu, si hakuna rent. Nalelea kwangu.
Oh, kwa kwako.
Yeah.
Okay.
Secondary, stock home. Nalea kuku nikuwa kwangu. So I'm doing the other duties
of being in a home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't take your time away from you. So you have your time and you're still able to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. What about you? What has chicken farming done for you? Why did you choose it of all other business ventures?
Okay, to start with, I had interest in chicken.
Oh.
And I started with a few kienyeji, and people started saying, okay, you have that damu ya kuku.
Hey, kuna damu ya kuku. Okay, unajua leo kuna damu ya kuku. Okay.
So it started like that way. I could keep kienyeji, I would to shrimp and could sell to people. So it started like that. So from there, I got the interest on layers. I started with the layers.
And probably mwenye tu mkulima yeye anaweza kuwa anakusikiza. Difference ya broiler na layer ni gani? Kwa nimesikia umetumia hizo mbili. So what is the difference between a broiler and a layer?
Broiler, you get quick money. Within 5 weeks you have your cash. But layers, it takes time to start to. Yeah, so you need to dig more in your pocket.
Okay. Last but not least, a word of encouragement. Mtu yote anafikiria tu ya kuingia kwa biashara ya kuku.
what one is what one encourage me to do?
For me, I would encourage, it's a good business, by the way. But if he or she has a passion, huwezi ingilia vya kama una passion.
Lazima kuwe na hiyo bali hiyo ndio inasukuma mtu. Hiyo ndio msukumo. Okay.
Hiyo ni passion. Juu mimi naona ni biashara mzuri sababu within a month you have something in your pocket. Guarantee.
Guarantee.
Yes.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. What about you? What about encouraging?
Mtu wote anataka kufanya hii kazi ya kuku, first akuwe na passion, because kitu ya kwanza kuku inataka time, inataka concentration,
kama mtoto na lady
na monitoring.
Okay.
So kama una passion huwezi make. Kitu ingine you should una expect unaweza enda loss na unaweza make money.
So ni biashara tu kama ingine, usifikirie ni profits peke yake. Kuna loss part of it na lazima
loss part of it na lazima accommodate. Tena si lazima you start with 1,000 chicken. I started with 100.
Today you are at 600
and today I'm
800 in total. Yeah.
Sasa kwa hivyo the small amount you have you can start. And at the end of the day you see the success.
Tumeshukuru sana. Leo tumekula kuku kata si ya nyinyi. Ile kuku tumekula probably imetoka kwenyu. Kwa hivyo tumeshukuru kwa muda wenu na mkuwe na wakati salama and continue thriving in your businesses.
Hata sisi tumefurahia sana.
Thank you so much. Okay, it's been
asante.
Good evening. I would like you first to introduce yourself and probably what you do.
My name is Benhard Thakur. I am a sales development strategist. So I work with various companies. I help them develop strategies with respect to developing their businesses, go-to-market strategy, product development strategy, and counter the different challenges, economic challenges which comes through external in the market domain. So that is what is my expertise.
The keyword I'm taking out of, you give a reply to that is on business. Business, that seems to be the acronym. And what I would want to mention is, in regards to farming, especially in Kenya, it's been treated more, a way of life. It's not really taken off as a business, initiative that somebody can take up. So, when we talk about farming and business, where do they intertwine? How do they come into where do they meet particularly? How can we, highlight them and highlight? Can farming really be a business initiative? And if it is, has Kenya really gotten there, or are we still, what is the development kind of getting into farming as a business?
What I understand is that the land of Kenya is very fertile, so you get very good quality yield. Wow. And that is the reason, if you look at the yield, even it is exported to Europe. Wow, yeah. So the quality of whether it's farming or animal production, the quality is very good. With regards to be specific about poultry, I have realized that it's a household business. I had been associated through consulting in this domain also for more than 5-6 years, and I realized that it is a very good, lucrative business, but it is more of an unorganized sector. So when I say unorganized sector, means mostly the farmers who are not very much into structures and systems. They are doing it at home, and they are making a good living out of it. Those farmers who have grown gradually and who have understood the potential are doing very well. So what I understand here is that if the farmers are educated well, the companies coming to bridge the gaps, like whatever challenges they face. This poultry business is a very good, lucrative business. What is uniqueness about this business is the cash flow cycle. Like this is a business where a day-old chicken starts on the day 1, and it's ready to slaughter and go to the market on day 35th or 42. So a farmer, if he invests today, gets his money back on the 42nd day. So his money can roll multiple times. So it's just that the market dynamics, the external forces which affects the farmers, if these things are catered, this sector can be a very booming and very fruitful sector.
I'm hearing you speaking, from a focus point of there's already an opportunity. There's a gap that exists in terms of poultry. It's a place you can put your money and get it back. And the big question is, anybody who's looking at poultry as as a business opportunity, where should they start? What are the nitty-gritties of treating this as a business? And probably these would form the fundamentalities of business development. Where do what are just the key areas that you need to start from? What do you need to do if you're looking at putting your money into this? What do you need not to to look off or brush off? Where do you need to start off if you're somebody looking into investing into poultry farming?
So if you look at poultry farming right now, it is one of the most lucrative business to do. Number one, it is an evergreen business. It's a 12-month business. So there is no off-season or on-season. Everybody eats chicken and everybody, it's like a staple food. Number two, if from the organized businessman's point of view, he will definitely do the research and he will come with all the systems. But if you want me to tell what a farmer or some startup wants to do it, I would say that first of all he needs to understand the critical success factor of this industry, the financials, because most of the farmers, they are doing it in a traditional way. They just learnt it from their neighbor and then they do it, and most of the time they don't even know if they are making profits or where are the profit centers. So yes, I think there is a scope for consulting here, where we can train the farmers, and this business, although it's very lucrative, it's very technical and very critical. These two words I'm using it because a disease can affect you.
Definitely.
If the markets fall down, it can impact your revenue. So it's very technical and it's very critical. So what you need is a constant support to a farmer. And a farmer is too much dependent on looking out for a way out when he's stuck. So this gap, if it can be covered by any organization or anyone, it's a very good opportunity for that company or individual who comes with that offering to the farmer. And for a farmer, he can be having more efficiency in making money out of his investments.
I love that. And probably to anybody who's listening, to at the end of the day, it's entrepreneurship. This is entrepreneurship and business. What would be your take five? What are the key information you would want them to pick up from this conversation that we are having? What from a point of strategy, being that I would feel that those are the nitty-gritties. That's the foundation of any business development. What would be your take five as we wrap up on this conversation?
I would say number one, Kenya is a developing country. So it's a land of opportunities. If companies from outside are coming and doing business here, definitely the local person has a advantage.
Definitely.
Number two, as I said, poultry is an evergreen business. If anyone studies it well, it's a very high profitable industry, and you can rapidly grow into it.
Thank you so much for your time. I think we can have in terms of brand development, I think that's just a crash master course that we've just received from you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for gracing this this conference today.
Asante, thanks for having me.
Karibu sana. I think ukiwa kijana tutaanzia tu na penye vijana wapi wanakutia namba. So I think unaweza anzia tu na kutuambia wewe ni nani, unatoka mtaa gani na kazi yako ni gani. So mimi naanzia.
Mimi naitwa Legal Engi Waroi. Specialized in IT from KU. So tukifanya vitu tutabia tu online, once in a while you get some cash. So I decided to diversify kidogo. Once in a while in the IT field, kuna low seasons, high seasons, maybe create a website na haichangamki. So nikaamua ni diversify to initially nilianza na pombe.
Leta pombe la kushika.
Mimi naitwa Bottle Bank Liquors Limited.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
So kaanza tu clubs kidogo. The greatest challenge, unajua ukianza kanywaji you need a full stomach.
No commendation. No commendation.
So nikapata finding maybe but sasa si juu ya kahangina niyo na mkajioni. kutafuta sijui tukuku nini inakuwa ngumu. So I decided to, there are some two shambas nilikuwa nimesecure kitambo kampo. I decided to convert them into farms. So the first times nilikuwa nimezoea city market sana, lakini sasa unaona hiyo fluctuation ilikuwa shida. But it will be compensated on the side ya club.
Pombe ukiuza kwa zitasonga, nimekuelewa. Na ukiuza pia ni
kwanza ukiuza quota ni soda.
Ndio unakashona.
So ukifika city market
unaenda una compensate
kidogo. So that was the first part. Kidogo you know needs zinaenda zikipanda. Nikatamani to expand, so I've been expanding towards now Thika and Juja.
Wow. In terms of farming poultry?
Farming, yeah.
Okay, nice.
So unajua farming sasa ikileta kadoa, si unapeleka kwa pombe kidogo, pombe ikileta peleka kwa farming. So basically in those three fields, IT, the alcohol business, and wenye ukunya lazima wakule.
Lazima wakule. So kwa uliingia kwa business kushibisha wasee. Lakini kwa hiyo kushibisha wasee ikakuwa sasa imekuwa bench yenye ina grow big time. So kwa opportunity ukiangalia tu in the next like coming years because umesema una expand. So kwa opportunity ni gani umefanya? Sasa itoke from just to supply wasee food na ku scale into a business.
Yes, there are a lot.
Wata ni kufanya recap. So kwa opportunity first umeniambia ulianzia cause ya kushibisha wasee wakiangalia. But saa hizi uki-expand regardless, because unajua nataka nini kuunderstand kuna meet supply ya demand ya watu wako kwa plano, si ndio? So nini nafanya ku-expand story ya kuku saa hizi? Na ukishashibisha wase wako hapo.
Expanding saa ndio naelekea that.
Okay.
So kidogo mahesabu zingine zinakuja hapo, to pressure kidogo, whichever type of well you're looking for, of course lazima utafute mse unaachia. So ndio maana nasema needs zimekuja kwa mob. You need your own maybe housing schemes, uondoke current kidogo. Naona kama Mr. Gitao tulikuwa na yeye haya lakini sasa alikuwa mbele. So he was sort of a bully kwetu, but sasa naona
amenielewa ni umemweza na kuelewa.
Haizi ni bully sasa. But you see the greatest thing with their family, there's some sort of generational wealth that
passing over.
So what I mean is that at least
in short mzito ni kujipanga.
Unajipanga mapema. You don't know what's ahead. Kidogo kwetu kunakuwa na medical issues, diabetes nini.
Hivyo, tumeangalia mbele. Tumeangalia mbele kuelewa. Sawa. Thank you so much. I hope you catch up, but I think story ni mzito ni kujipanga.
Lazima.
Sawa. Cheers man. Well, of course ni mema. Kwa hivyo, Kenya tunaweza taka kufanya ni introduce wewe ni nani na role yako ni gani. Then tutaanzia hapo.
Mimi naitwa Kevin Nuru. Nimeingia kama quality assurance manager na roles zingine mingi yenye nafanya for ICD na vitu mob nafanya kwa BigKuku as a sign.
Now in the planning ya hii event, of course we get expectations kuangalia na the duty from your end. Now of course nataka kuuliza from a point of managerial, umejita manager from a managerial perspective. Tumenail intention ya hii, in terms of scale ya success. Tumemanage kunail success ya hii event na kwa have we been able to achieve the goal tumeseta sasa? And if we not, what are the areas of improvement in our field as a committee kwa farmers as we go forward? What is the promise to them?
Event imekuwa successful na tumeplan
na kufika
kulingana na hiyo pressure ilikuja nayo za kukutana na ratio the feedback kwa ground na farmers na hii conference leo imekuwa success. The feedback has been positive. Ile discussion we have now ama farmers take from here to another meeting na farmers itakuwa fit.
So we should expect more of this now. It will not actually just be an annual thing, but it should be something that is consistent.
We should keep on encourage farmers na kuwa meet na kuwa wanasema and as a processing farm, tunaelekea kwa process na hiyo zingine. I think tukiendelea hivi watakuwa trust why wache Kenchi ama KMB, why choose BigKuku. Kuna more reasons na perspective ya kwenye si market na vitu tunafanya, na I think going forward hiyo feedback nimesikia na questionnaire na everything, I think
thank you mzito wangu, of course. Shukran sana. It's been a minute. Thank you.